A very good morning to all of you. Today is the day 17 of a 4-week technology-based entrepreneurship development program focused on bioentrepreneurship, sponsored by the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Today, we will discuss about the module 6, management input. We have two eminent speakers, that is Mr. Atul Puri sir, who will deliver the keynote speech on how to do negotiation and techniques for the networking. And Mr. Partha sir, who will deliver on the technology readiness level, manufacturing readiness level, investment readiness level, and technology transfer. That is, both are very important topic for you all the participants. So let's start with an invitation to our keynote speaker. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So Atul Puri sir has joined with us. He has, let me briefly introduce again. So Atul sir worked closely with the entrepreneurs and business owners to handhold them and transform their business from survival to success. He has been leading a weekly master class on business transformation to educate the business community. He is also the founder of eGrowth.org, a multi-channel platform for the MSME to learn and grow their business. He is the advisory board of MSME Bharat Manch, that is a platform to empower the MSMEs and to help them scale up their business. He is an electronics engineer from Mumbai University. He is an MBA from the eGrowth. He has also done a certificate program in competitive marketing from IIM Bangalore. Along the journey, he invested in learning and development to remain relevant through the current times. He has been trained by some globally renowned organizations in core area like sales and marketing and in the domain of transformation and communication. So we are very delighted to have you as an invited speaker, sir. So we can proceed for the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. आपने जिस तरीके से इंट्रोडक्शन दिया ना, मेरी भी इच्छा हो रही है इस आदमी से सुनने की. All right, good morning everybody.
Good morning, sir.
हिंदी चलेगी अंग्रेजी चलेगी या आज पंजाबी में बात करें?
Sir, both can we do as per the need of participant. Participant, please unmute yourself, be interactive, and let our speaker to know which medium he shall deliver.
Both, sir, both.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Kuldeep, sir.
But I did not get one thing. Why do the participants, they come in late?
Sir, I also unable to find out the problem, sir.
Okay, no problem. So let us take another 5 minutes to get from you. So today the topic that we have is negotiations and business networking, right? So let me hear from you. What is it that you understand from these two words? Hello?
Yes, sir.
आपके अनुसार बिजनेस नेटवर्किंग क्या होती है और नेगोशिएशन क्या होता है? Will somebody please share that?
Sir, I do not know much about the negotiation, but as per my perception, when you are delivering some services, you are contacting B2B, B2G, then you have, or for the products. So the services and product cost can be negotiated with the customer, can be negotiated with the government like that. No?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I am right. Okay, sir.
How about
Because-
others?
May I?
Yes,
please.
yes.
Yeah. First of all, good morning. And actually, negotiation in our day-to-day life is all about the bargaining that we we generally do at the shops and all that to get our things, and the networking is the thing that we always looking to connect with the people, but there are some drawbacks from our end to get properly communicated to the person whom we want to contact. So that's
Fantastic. So thank you for sharing, Anuj. हम देखते हैं आगे क्या होता है. Okay, who else? Hello. See, it's
Vinay.
your program.
Yes, yes, yes.
See, I will also tell you one very simple thing. I have been promised an honorarium, and I will get that because I've showed up for this event right now. If you want to take value, you please participate. ठीक है ना गौरव साहब?
Yes, sir. Vinith is asking, what is the question? Actually, sir, want to know why negotiation is important in the business and the networking is important. So, Vinith, you can answer.
Hello. Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Yes.
Yeah, Vinith.
So, sir, I think negotiation is important to get the best outcome for our business or our venture. Like if there is a deal or any like any meeting or something is going on. So if we are good at negotiating, so we can get the best for ourselves, and we can like communicate well the terms and condition and what will be the outcomes. We can be like very clear on them
Perfect.
if we are good at negotiating.
Okay. What else? Who else?
Anyone other?
Okay, so let's start. So thank you for sharing. So agenda for today, why business transformation, negotiation, business networking, and the choices that you have. Okay, just a moment. Huh? So why business transformation? See, this is more to set the context why we need to negotiate and why do we need business networking. All right. So as I shared in my previous two sessions also, we used to operate in the brick and mortar world way back in year 2000. By 2015, we got into the digital world. By 2022, the world had transformed to always connected. And in 2023, we have a new language altogether: artificial intelligence, machine learning, augmented reality. So the machines have become much more intelligent than they have ever been. Yet, human intelligence is important. The two topics that we are talking about today, they come from the human intelligence domain. They don't come from the artificial intelligence domain. How cool is that? All right. Now, what has changed? The speed of business has changed. Man-machine interface has changed. And we have become a data-driven economy. The impact of this is that data speaks in black and white, so we can't run around. Internet has started becoming more and more important every day. And it is time either we shift the way we do business or we be ready to perish. All right. Now coming to ABC. This is the kind of ABC that we learned when we were in school. And the ABC has changed. Now, if the ABC has changed, the way we do business has also changed. The way we do business has changed. The meanings or the terms negotiation and networking has also changed. We'll look into that in some time. Okay. So A is artificial intelligence. B is blockchain. C is climate change. D is data and cloud. E is ESG. F is Facebook. G is Google. H is hashtag. I is IoT. क्या हुआ डॉक्टर साहब?
Yes, sir.
J is Geo.
Learning, sir, new things.
K is KFC. आपकी कैंपस में KFC है कि नहीं है?
नहीं सर, मेरे कैंपस में नहीं है सर.
सर लेकर आइए उन्हें.
Okay.
And L is LGBTQIA plus 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 plus. Is your campus LGBTQIA friendly? सोचिए, इस पर भी विचार कीजिए. So 3C dynamics, at any given time, the customer, company, and competition, they are interacting with each other. And both negotiation and networking happens in this space. All right. So it's time to transform or perish. आज की डेट में इंफॉर्मेशन इतनी ज्यादा हो चुकी है कि जी किसी भी इंसान के लिए किसी चीज में महारत हासिल करना जो है वो लगभग नामुमकिन है. Old models have been crashing. So आज की डेट में ये समझना कि एक दुकान खोलकर जिंदगी बसर हो जाएगी वो थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है. Because standalone outlets, they are being killed every day. So it's jungle out there. And this jungle is driven by technology. Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, हमें लगता है कि वो हमारे दोस्त हैं, हम लड़ भी उन्हीं के साथ रहे हैं. That's the dichotomy. All right. Now, why listen to me? अब बताइए, why should you listen to me? अच्छा सवाल है. छोड़िए, इस पर समय नहीं बताएंगे. I believe in performance. This is how I look like. These are some of the companies that I worked with. So I spent around 20 plus years in the corporate space. And then I thought that I wanted to contribute to the small businesses. And this is where the idea of eGrowth was conceived. eGrowth has been evolving as a platform to empower and enable small businesses, whether they are MSMEs or they are startups or any other format. We are here to empower and enable small businesses. Here are some of the awards which I picked along the journey. I'm an engineer from Mumbai University. I did my master's from IGNOU, and I did a program in competitive marketing from IIM Bangalore. I am also on the advisory board of MSME Bharat Manch. I'm the chapter director for Gurgaon for a platform called Startup Grind. I'm a charter member with TIE Delhi. I'm also an author of 2 books, Golf Mastering Business Success and Opportunity, The Journey from UPS. I have interviewed more than 10,000 entrepreneurs during this journey. I've trained around 1,500 plus of them. I've coached 100 plus of them. And I have helped more than 20 businesses to implement growth strategies for themselves. This is a little bit about me. As I shared, eGrowth is something which I created. I am on the advisory board of MSME Bharat Manch. I'm a charter member with TIE Delhi NCR, and I am also the chapter director for Startup Grind Gurgaon. You might want to be associated with all these platforms. All right. Now coming to business negotiations. So thank you for giving the answers. So one of you said that negotiation is all about getting the best bargain. And the second answer was getting the best for our venture. All right. Let's see a little bit more about it. Negotiation. I was just searching the internet and what is the meaning of the word negotiation? And the answer that I got was, it is the discussion at which people try to decide or agree on something. It is not about getting the best for myself. Please appreciate the one who is selling. If he or she does not get, if not the best, at least a reasonable value for what they are doing, they would not want to do the transaction. So it has to be a balance between the two. It has to be a win-win kind of a situation, wherein both the seller and the buyer, they are winning, where both the seller and buyer are creating value for themselves. Does that make sense? If yes, write in the chat box, win-win, W-I-N, W-I-N. What can you negotiate? So there are a lot of things that you can negotiate. You can negotiate the amount that you are paying in that transaction. You can negotiate the payment terms. Am I paying cash? Am I paying through bank? Am I paying everything now? Am I going to pay in installments? Am I going to pay after this, or I'm getting a credit terms? Different things can be negotiated. All right. You would typically do negotiation for payment terms to manage your cash flow better. You can also negotiate on delivery time. You may say that I'm willing to pay a premium if you deliver it early. Or you may say that I want a discount. I'm okay if you deliver it to me a few days later. Can you see? So what are we doing? We are playing in the amount and giving something on delivery time or delivery terms. Okay. In supply chain, very often it could be whether it is delivered at your place. So when you platforms like Blinkit, they are working because they deliver at home. Home delivery is their USP. All right. Whereas when you are going to a modern retail outlet, you go and pick the stuff from that outlet. Similarly, in the industrial space, in cross-border trade, you can have different terms. You can have it X works. Imagine you buy a car from Maruti and Maruti says you'll have to pick the car from my factory. That is called X works. Okay. Next is when Maruti is dealing with their dealers. It could be either X works or it could be FOB, which is freight on board, wherein they say that we will get it loaded into the container. Beyond that, it is yours. Right? Or it could be delivery at your place. Okay, so you can do so much. In that also, you can have negotiation on who will do the paperwork, whether the seller will do the paperwork or the buyer will do the paperwork. Who will manage the insurance during the transit, whether the seller owns it or the buyer owns it. All right. Hello. Did you get something in this?
Yes, sir.
Right. So you would have had some topics around supply chain and contract negotiation and all the stuff. I'm talking about those. Then there are inclusions and exclusions. So like I just shared, what all is included in this sale? Example, nowadays, if you buy an iPhone comes with a charging cord, a USB cord, but it does not come with a charger. It does not come with an earphone. You have to buy the earphone separately. So in doing so, they have reduced their what is called as COGS, COGS, cost of goods sold. Right? They played very smart. They are giving you the phone. They are not giving you the charger. You will have to buy the charger separately. They are not giving you the earphones. You will have to buy the earphones separately. So while you see an X price of the phone, it's only when you buy it, you realize that these are the things you'll have to buy separately. Similarly, what all is excluded in this? So like I was talking in the previous case, insurance, transit insurance, who owns it? The buyer or the seller? It may be a small amount, but it is there. Isn't it? Who owns the testing? So let us say there is a project which is being delivered. Now, testing, is that in the scope of the buyer or in the scope of the seller? Makes sense? Next comes warranty. Very often you buy, let us say you buy a car. By default, the warranty is, let us say 1 year or maybe 2 years and 20,000 kilometers. And at the time of the sale, the car company, they will sell you an extended warranty. You can have a 5 years warranty, you can have a 10 years warranty, or you can have an insurance policy, which is a zero debt insurance policy, wherein you pay a slightly higher insurance, and there are additional components which get included in the insurance. Rubber parts or consumables which are generally not included, those get included in those kind of insurances. Then guarantee. What is the guarantee? What will be replaced? How long? So now let me ask you, what opened up for you? Hello? हाँ जी बताएं. Hello? Unmute and share. Because if you don't share, I don't know whether you got it or not.
Sir, I don't got it, sir.
इतना समय लग गया आपको ये बात करने में? हैं? What did you not get? Kuldeep, what did you not get?
Actually, sir, I got some work, sir, so I cannot get it.
Sorry, I did not understand what you said. You got it or you did not get it? And if you did not get, what did you not get? हाँ जी? Kuldeep, what did you not get?
Sir, these points.
क्या नहीं समझ में आया साहब?
A period of warranty and guarantee, sir.
Perfect. तो आपने आपके पास कार है घर पे आपके?
No, sir.
नहीं है. फोन है? इंस्ट्रूमेंट फोन?
Yes, sir.
ये फोन जो है, ये जिस समय आपने खरीदा उसके ऊपर कोई आपको वारंटी मिली?
Yes, sir.
उस वारंटी में क्या क्या इंक्लूडेड है?
Like उस कंपनी की GST and model numbers and 1 year's physical warranty and battery 6 months warranty, sir.
परफेक्ट. तो उन्होंने आपको टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस दी कि जी बैटरी के ऊपर 6 महीने की वारंटी है, फोन के ऊपर साल भर की वारंटी है, राइट?
Yes, sir.
उसी में अगर आप उनसे और नेगोशिएट करते या उनके पास एक और प्राइस भी होता कि जी अगर आप एक्सटेंडेड वारंटी के साथ ले रहे हैं तो आपकी वारंटी 3 साल की हो जाएगी, उसके लिए आपको 600 रुपये एक्स्ट्रा पे करना पड़ेगा, और उन 3 साल में आपकी बैटरी भी इंक्लूडेड होगी, आपकी जो इसमें आप एक बार इसकी स्क्रीन चेंज करवा सकते हैं अगर वो टूट जाती है तो, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह। होता है ऐसा?
यस सर, ऑफ कोर्स सर।
ऑफ कोर्स होता है ना। तो वो जो एक्स्ट्रा 600 रुपए आप दे रहे हैं उसमें फोन ने कुछ कर, वो फोन की कंपनी ने आपके लिए कुछ करना है खास?
यस सर, जब जब अगर फोन डैमेज होता है तब वो टर्म एंड कंडीशन के अंडर आता है, तब सर होगा सर।
वो प्रोबेबिलिटी है ना,
यस सर।
जरूरी तो नहीं है कि जी आपका फोन टूटेगा।
यस सर।
अगर उन्होंने 1000 लोगों को ये एक्सटेंडेड वारंटी बेच दी 600 रुपए के हिसाब से, जरा लगाना कितनी अमाउंट हुई? हेलो कुलदीप, 600 रुपए के हिसाब से 1000 लोगों की एक्सटेंडेड वारंटी कितने रुपए हुए? कुलदीप, आर यू देयर? गोस्वामी साहब कहाँ गए?
यस सर।
मैंने कहा 600 रुपए के हिसाब से 1000 लोगों ने अगर उन्हें 600 रुपए दिए तो वो कितने रुपए मिलेंगे उन्हें?
600 आपको सो जाएंगे 1000 लोगों को सर देने के लिए ना।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
6 लाख अराउंड हो जाएंगे।
6 लाख रुपए हो जाएंगे ना, तो ये 6 लाख एडिशनल रेवेन्यू है ना उनका।
यस सर।
राइट। अब इस 6 लाख में लेट अस से कि जी वो अपनी एक बैक टू बैक इंश्योरेंस कर लेते हैं अपनी कंपनी की, जिसमें वो 1 लाख रुपया देते हैं। ठीक है, अगर वो 1 लाख रुपया देते हैं तो लेट अस से कि वो 1 करोड़ रुपए तक की इंश्योरेंस करवा लेते हैं अपनी, कि जी अगर मेरे पास कोई डैमेज फोन आते हैं और 1 करोड़ रुपए तक का अगर मैं भुगतान करता हूं तो मेरा वो कवर हो जाता है। हैं जी कुलदीप जी?
यस सर।
तो उन्होंने 1 लाख रुपए में 1 करोड़ रुपए की करवा ली। तो ये 600 लोग जो हैं, अगर वो 600 के 600 लोग भी जाकर एक बार अपनी स्क्रीन तुड़वाई को ठीक करवा लेते हैं तो लेटेस्ट से 50 लाख रुपए का खर्चा आता है। कंपनी ने 1 लाख रुपए में 1 करोड़ रुपए की इंश्योरेंस करवा ली।
यस।
तो उनकी सारी की सारी जितना उन्होंने काम किया वो सारा का सारा कवर हो गया।
यस बिल्कुल सर।
5 लाख रुपए सूखे उन्होंने जेब में डाल लिए। समझे आप?
यस सर।
सो दिस इज कॉल्ड नेगोशिएशन। किसको मिला, किसको बेनिफिट हुआ?
कंपनी को सर।
अमेजिंग। तो आप जिस समय अपना बिजनेस रन करेंगे यू हैव टू थिंक फॉर योर बिजनेस कि जी आप ऐसा क्या कर सकते हैं कि सामने वाला बंदा जो है वो उसको बुरा भी ना लगे और आपको मुनाफा भी हो जाए।
गॉट
Can you
इट
get
पॉइंट।
that? Right?
यस सर, गॉट इट।
So this is how you can negotiate. So thanks Pranav for your answer. Thanks Vineet. Thanks Dr. Shweta. Anything else you'd like to share? क्या निकल कर आया? What opened up for you? So I would also like to share something with all of you. So now when I was having a conversation with Kuldeep, I was negotiating with him. He started with कि जी मुझे कुछ समझ में नहीं आया। मैंने कहा okay. So let us see what is the meaning of the word negotiation. Discussions in which people try to decide or agree something. So Kuldeep started with saying मुझे कुछ समझ में नहीं आया। I probed him further कि भाई क्या समझ में नहीं आया? So he said कि जी वारंटी और गारंटी समझ में नहीं आई। So what that means, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points, 2 पॉइंट समझ में नहीं आए, बाकी 6 समझ में आ गए। That means 75% he understood, 25 he did not understand. So he started with saying कि कुछ समझ में नहीं आया, 100% समझ में नहीं आया. The moment I probed, it became 75% समझ में आया, 25 नहीं समझ में आया. Then I got into 25% कि भाई इसमें क्या समझ में नहीं आया. And then I explained to him something what he had. I explained to him how he could have negotiated for his phone, how he could have negotiated for the warranty of the phone. And then I also shared what are the business dynamics behind that warranty. So in that process, I also demonstrated what is the power of negotiation. The company got an additional revenue of 5 lakh rupees just by negotiating on warranty terms. If there is something which is wow, which has come for you, please write in the chat box, wow. W-O-W. Fantastic. So in a class of 19, there are 3 vows. भाई साहब इतने पे तो मुझे तनख्वाह नहीं मिलेगी, कॉलेज वाले निकाल देंगे मुझे, हैं? थोड़े से और वाव लाओ. See, Gaurav sir will say, if you don't get enough vows, I will not invite you for the lecture next time.
Yes.
Please, some more vows. Now, how do you negotiate? So I just explained to you how you negotiate. Okay. There are so many parameters on which you can negotiate. Thank you, Dr. Shweta. Right? You can negotiate. So as I shared in the previous one, so each of these terms you can negotiate. You can negotiate on the amount, the actual amount the person is paying. You can negotiate on the payment terms and go through them one by one. Don't go as a blanket thing. Okay. As I shared with you, this is a conversation wherein both the buyer and seller should leave with an experience that they are validated. Should leave with an experience that they are creating value for their business. All right. It has to be a win-win. So don't think that I should get all the value and man nichod lu samne wale ko. If you are in that experience, the other fellow may have a conversation with you, may strike the deal then, but he would not be willing to do business with you again. You don't want that. You want to continue doing business with this party. So for that, you have to leave something on the table. Does that make sense? Build long-term relationships. You never know what would you need from this company later on. It can be company, it can be individual. All right. Build value. In every transaction that you do, every conversation that you have, build value. Does that make sense? Now it's an open house. Let me have your questions. आपको क्या समझ में आया, क्या नहीं समझ में आया? मेरी क्लास लेना चाहते हैं तो प्लीज लीजिए. Please unmute and ask the question. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah, Vineet.
सर अगर कोई हमारे साथ बिजनेस करने में इंटरेस्टेड ही नहीं है तो उसके साथ कैसे नेगोशिएट करें? मान लीजिए कोई लाइक हायर उस पे है, पेडेस्टल पे, और हम उसके साथ अपना कनेक्शन बिल्ड करना चाह रहे हैं या फिर बिजनेस करना चाह रहे हैं, और तो हाउ टू नेगोशिएट इन देयर?
तो विनीत ये बताइए, इस धरातल पर कितने ह्यूमन बींग्स हैं?
सब 7-8 बिलियन।
8 बिलियन है ना?
हम्म।
Now, first thing is you are not meant to conduct business with these 8 billion people. You are not meant to serve all these 8 billion people.
यस सर।
ठीक है? So be okay with it that the other person does not want to conduct business with you.
ठीक है सर।
All right. Second piece, negotiation कब की जाती है?
सर जब कुछ हमें चाहिए या फिर हमें मतलब लाइक हमारे हमको कुछ गेन करना है या फिर प्रोवाइड करना है वैल्यू का, तब।
परफेक्ट। जो सेल्स साइकिल है, मैं सेल्स के पर्सपेक्टिव में नेगोशिएशन की बात कर रहा हूं, तो सेल्स के पर्सपेक्टिव में नेगोशिएशन कब की जाती है, किस स्टेज पर की जाती है?
मार्केट में करी जाती है, जब रिटेल।
मार्केट में हो गया, रिटेल भी हो गया, किस स्टेज पर की जाती है, किस स्थिति में आकर नेगोशिएशन की जाती है?
कॉस्ट पे, वो प्राइस प्राइस।
भाई यो ऐसे तो ना चल पाएगा भाई, हैं? हमने अभी बात की कि क्या क्या नेगोशिएट किया जा सकता है।
अमाउंट, पेमेंट टर्म्स।
अमाउंट, पेमेंट टर्म्स, डिलीवरी टर्म्स, इंक्लूजन्स, एक्सक्लूजन्स, वारंटी, गारंटी, और भी बहुत कुछ किया जा सकता है ना?
हम्म।
तो आप केवल प्राइस के ऊपर कैसे बात कर रहे हो?
सर मगर सेल्स के अलावा जैसे और फील्ड में, जैसे अगर किसी मेरे को क्या करना है, मेरे को लैब्स जो है, हाई एंड लैब्स हैं, उनके साथ कोलैबोरेट करना है, उनसे अपने स्टूडेंट्स के लिए वो करना है, क्या कहते हैं, उन्हें मनाना है कि वो हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को लें, उन्हें ट्रेनिंग वगैरह दें। तो वो इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है जैसे बात करने के लिए भी।
तो कितनी लैब्स हैं?
तो सर लैब्स तो बहुत हैं।
कितनी हैं?
सर हर इंस्टीट्यूट में तो बड़े बड़े इंस्टीट्यूट्स हैं जितने भी, जैसे इधर हैं 10-12 इंस्टीट्यूट्स तो इधर ग्रेटर नोएडा और नोएडा एरिया में ही हैं, जिनमें अच्छी खासी लैब्स हैं।
भाई
और फिर
चलो चलो चलो, एक काम करते हैं, तर्क के तौर पर
हम्म।
हम मान लेते हैं कि 500 लैब्स हैं।
हाँ।
आपके पास कितनी लैब्स को सर्व करने की क्षमता है?
क्षमता?
हाँ जी, क्षमता।
सर उसका तो वो तो सर जैसे ये होता है ना कि स्टूडेंट ऑन बोर्ड लाने तो बहुत इजी है, मगर लैब्स लानी डिफिकल्ट है। तो पहले अभी हम सोच रहे हैं कि
भाई साहब,
जो
आप मेरे सवाल का जवाब नहीं दे रहे। कितनी लैब्स को डील करने की क्षमता है आपके पास?
अभी तो सर 50 कह रहा हूँ।
इसको कहते हैं
10।
हवाई तीर। हमें अंदाजा ही नहीं है, अगर 50 लैब्स एक बार में खड़ी हो जाएंगी तो क्या आप 50 को सर्व कर पाओगे?
हाँ सर।
चलो मान लिया 50 कर सकते हैं आप, ठीक है।
हाँ।
मार्केट में 500 हैं, तो 450 ऐसी लैब्स हैं जिनके साथ आपको इस समय काम नहीं करना।
यस सर।
तो अगर 2-4 ने मना कर दिया तो कर दिया, व्हाट्स द बिग डील?
हाँ।
क्या हाँ?
तो सर मेरे को अभी मतलब ज्यादा से ज्यादा उन पे वो करना चाहिए, लैब्स पे अप्रोच।
हमारा टॉपिक जो है वो है नेगोशिएशन का।
यस सर।
नेगोशिएशन क्या होता है? मोल भाव,
हम्म।
ठीक है ना? तो मोल भाव के विषय में आप बताएं कि जी वो किस स्टेज में जाकर किया जाता है?
स्टेज में?
हम्म।
सर ऐसे नहीं मालूम।
नहीं मालूम?
नहीं।
तो आप कभी ऑटो में चढ़े हो?
हाँ।
तो ऑटो में किस स्टेज पर आप भाव तय करते हो?
पहले ही, चढ़ने से पहले ही।
ठीक है ना। तो आपको पता कि अगर आप बैठ गए उसके अंदर तो फिर वो जो बोलेगा, जो मुंह खोल देगा, वो आपको देना पड़ेगा।
हाँ।
तो आप उस स्टेज पर उससे मोल भाव करते हो, राइट?
यस सर।
उसके बाद में आप नहीं करते, पहले भी नहीं करते। ठीक है। आपके घर में कभी कोई साड़ी खरीदने गया है, गई हैं महिला?
हाँ।
वो किस स्टेज पर मोल भाव करती हैं?
वो पहले पूरा सब कुछ देखने के बाद जब उसका प्राइस का वो करती है
तो जब
सारा वो।
सारी की सारी सेल हो गई, साड़ियां सिलेक्ट हो गई, साड़ियां जो काउंटर पे पहुंच गई, उस टाइम पर वो खड़े होकर तो फिर सिलेक्ट करती हैं, फिर नेगोशिएट करती हैं। और वो 4 बार जो है वो काउंटर छोड़ के चली जाते हैं कि भैया रहने दो, आपसे ना हो पाएगा, हम जा रहे हैं। जाती हैं।
यस सर।
फिर वो कहता है नहीं बहन जी प्लीज रुकिए, भाभी सुनिए तो सही। वो फिर एक कदम पीछे लाती है, फिर नेगोशिएट करती हैं, फिर आगे जाती हैं, फिर वापस आती हैं, फिर जाती हैं, फिर आती हैं। किस स्टेज पर? उस टाइम पर नहीं करती वो जिस समय साड़ी सिलेक्ट कर रही होती हैं। वो फाइनल उस समय करते हैं जिसमें रोकड़ा देना होता है।
यस।
समझ गया ना?
हाँ।
तो हर चीज का एक समय होता है, तो नेगोशिएशन का एक समय होता है। तो जिस समय आप डील स्ट्राइक करते हैं उस टाइम पर आप नेगोशिएट करते हैं। ऑटो के केस में आप डील स्ट्राइक करते हैं जिस समय आप ऑटो में बैठने वाले हैं।
हाँ।
साड़ी के केस में आप डील स्ट्राइक करते हैं जिस समय आप उसका पैसा देने वाले हैं। लैब के केस में आप डील स्ट्राइक करते हैं जिस समय आप वो एमओयू साइन करते हैं उनके साथ, या कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइन करते हैं। फिर वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में आप जो टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस लिखते हैं वहां पर नेगोशिएट करते हैं कि भाई ये वाली टर्म मेरे से ना हो पाएगी, आप प्लीज इसको चेंज करें। करते हैं आप?
हाँ करते तो नहीं है, मतलब करने के लिए प्लान करा है अभी, मतलब
करे,
आइडिएशन।
करेंगे तो बेहतर रहेगा, नहीं
यस सर।
करेंगे तो मरेंगे। ठीक है जी।
यस सर।
करेंगे तो बढ़ेंगे, नहीं करेंगे तो मरेंगे। लिख लीजिए ये, करेंगे तो बढ़ेंगे, नहीं करेंगे तो मरेंगे।
लिख लिया सर।
बहुत बढ़िया, गांठ बांध के रख लीजिएगा ये।
हम्म।
ऑलराइट, एनीबडी एल्स हैज अ क्वेश्चन? हेलो भाई साहब, समय व्यर्थ ना गवाएं, समय बहुमूल्य है। So do we proceed with the next topic? चलिए, आप जब तक सोच रहे हैं तब तक हम बढ़ी लेते हैं आगे। So why should we negotiate? One, to build long-term relationships, to build value, है ना? Now coming to business networking. Vinny says, thank you for clarifying. SS Pradarshini says, thumbs up. All right, thank you. Now, business networking. What do you understand by the word business networking or the term business networking? Either unmute and share or write in the chat box. Hello. Okay, while you're thinking about it. So business networking is about expanding your reach, expanding your network. Right? And what can your network provide? So network can provide you manpower, money, machine, processes. So a lot, everything that you need in your business, you can get through networking. All right. And what I have done is I have created an acronym called network. N for nurture, E is elevate, T is teach, W is weave, O is opportunities, R is relatedness, and K is know-how. And we'll go into this one topic at a time. All right. The first one is nurture. Okay. Networking is all about being a great human. Networking is all about building human relationships. Networking is all about building those human connect. All right. And how do you do that? You do that by nurturing. All right. And when we say nurturing, you get to know them. अगर आप सामने वाले को जानेंगे ही नहीं, अगर आप सामने वाले की परिस्थिति को समझेंगे ही नहीं, तो आप उसके साथ में बिजनेस कैसे करेंगे? So you get to know the person, you empathize with the person. So even if you are interacting with a company, you are still interacting with a person there who's representing that company. So you got to empathize, you got to be at the same frequency as that person. And whenever you speak, whenever you have a conversation, be a contribution to that person. Be a contribution to that person. And always listen to the person. Does that make sense? So the more human you behave with the person, the more human the other person will behave with you. Does that make sense? Yes, 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 yes. Wow, so many yeses. गौरव सर देख रहे हैं इतने यस आ रहे हैं, आप तो आप मेरे को दे देंगे ना ऑनरेरियम. Next is 5 orbits of customer relations. So we're talking about nurturing. So how do you take them from one level to the next level? When the person comes in your contact, in the contact of your business, he is a prospect. From prospect, he becomes a customer. From customer, he becomes a client. From client, he becomes an advocate and then a partner. So a prospect does not have an existing relationship with the business. A prospect looks at the business from a place of doubt. पता नहीं ये मुझे सर्व कर पाएगा कि नहीं, पता नहीं इसके समोसे उतने स्वाद हैं कि नहीं, कहीं इसके समोसे खाकर पेट खराब ना हो जाए. Right? And then when he becomes a customer, चलो ठीक है खा ही लेते हैं इनके समोसे, तो वो हमारा नया कॉन्टैक्ट हुआ. A customer is a new connection or new member in the family of the business. And his relationship is that of a trial. He is not very confident about the business, but he is trying out things. Now, when this customer comes back again and again, he becomes a client. He still remains a new client, but his belief in the product has increased. Next level is advocate, wherein he becomes an old customer and he starts talking for the business. So he has trust in the business. आपको समोसे खाने हैं तो अतुल पुरी के यहाँ जाएं, वो अच्छे समोसे बनाता है. समोसे में मटर भी डालता है, कभी कभी काजू भी निकलते हैं, एक आधी बार तो किशमिश भी निकली है. ठीक है, एक आधी बार तो किशमिश भी निकली है. इसका जो नेक्स्ट लेवल है, द हाईएस्ट लेवल इज वेयर ही इज एक्चुअली एक्टिंग लाइक अ पार्टनर. He is an old customer. The bond is very strong. All right. So this is how you nurture your network. So from a prospect, you take them right up to being a partner in your business. Partner does not mean that they are a stakeholder in your business, does not mean they are a director in your company. But they've got so much faith in what you do that they start talking for you. They spread the good word. This can happen only when you nurture the relationship. This can happen only when you empathize with them, only when you contributed to them, only when you listen to them. So the first N in network is nurture. Second one is elevate. Okay. Elevate is about raising the bar. So every time you have a conversation, take your relationship, take your value to the next level. For a business, the customer comes first. For a business, the customer comes first. To retain the customer, our job is to keep contributing to them every time we meet them. Even if we don't meet them, we still contribute to them. So we raise the level. Okay? Contribute to them every time, eliminate their fears, align forces with them. The purpose of the business is to serve the customer. All right. So we start the relationship as a salesperson and we take it up to contribution. So the lowest level is sales, where the person, he asks for a product, you give the product, you take the money and it's done. So we are behaving like a salesman. And the orientation is that we are coming from existence. We're trying to survive with every transaction. Next level is referrals, wherein we are behaving like a hunter. We are still operating from existence as a business. The next level is networking, wherein the business starts behaving like a farmer. Business starts nurturing the relationship and the customer has an experience of belonging. The next level is that of leverage, wherein the business is behaving like a weaver and the customer has the experience of belonging. And the next one is contribution, where the business is behaving like a contributor and the experience is that of a give back. All right. Next is teach. Teach again is contribution. Teach is share what you know. So there's a book called Die-empty. What that means is all what you've learned, how about contributing that to different people around you? So even after you are gone, what you have learned still remains. How cool is that? So write in the chat box, Die-empty. Okay. So share what you know, share the good practices that you have, share how to save, share what all innovation you have. Okay. What you know, good practices, how to save, all this. Just keep teaching, keep teaching, keep teaching, keep teaching. As you keep teaching, you are adding more value to the people around you. As you're adding value to your stakeholders, they keep on coming closer to you, and closer to you. Next, so what is the toolkit for this? For sales is SPIN. SPIN is a sales methodology, which says get to know the situation, get to know the problem, emphasize on the impact, and then the need and payoff. This is how you become more effective in sales. In referral, sell what is available. Okay, sell what is available today. That's SWOT. Networking. Create awareness, create a sale, and keep them with you. Okay, keep nurturing the relationship so that your network keeps on growing. That's networking. Ask, awareness, sale, and keep. Leverage is golf. Identify or create a future, work on your lifeline or your product, work on the opportunity or the marketplace, and then design the game. All right. So this is how you teach. This is how you add more value to your stakeholders. And then comes contribution. Contribution is all about giving. Gratitude. Any person who comes to your shop, whether he buys or not, have gratitude that the person walked into your shop. Get inspired and inspire others. Create value in every transaction, both for yourself as well as for your other stakeholders. Be empathetic. So give is gratitude, inspire, value, and empathy. All right, so keep teaching. Next is weave. Weaving is about building a strong bond with people around you. Get them connected, think for them, and be the go-to person in your entire ecosystem. So if somebody thinks about networking, if somebody thinks about transforming their business, there is one go-to person, and that is Atul Puri. You want to create your business, you want to reinvent your business, you want to transform your business, come to Atul. Now, this can happen only if I keep on weaving a network around myself, if I keep on nurturing the people around myself. So get them connected, think for them, be the go-to person, such that the others to other conversations, they are also about you. So you can influence others to other conversations as well. That is weaving. So hierarchy of sales. At the bottom comes sales. So you can be a chaiwala. So if I want a tea, I'll go to the chaiwala, I will pay for it, get the tea and walk off. All right. Next level of maturity is being a hunter. I see the prey, I aim and shoot. Next is a farmer. You prepare the piece of land, put the seeds, water them, put the fertilizer, let it grow, take care of it, weed it, and then one day you go and harvest it. The next level is being a weaver. A weaver creates maximum value in this. Okay. And what's written in the brackets is these 4 words. Okay. So the lowest level, the tea seller, is only a transaction. Okay. The hunter, he also has a skill set. He knows how to aim and shoot. The farmer, he brings yet one more dimension to it, which is knowledge. The farmer knows what crop can grow in what soil. He knows how much water does that crop need. He knows what time of the year can that crop grow, and so much and so forth. What is the fertilizer that this crop needs? Okay. So the farmer has knowledge, skill, and transaction. And the weaver, he brings yet one more dimension, which is process. He knows how to convert the filament into yarn, and the yarn into thread, and the thread into a tapestry, into a shawl, into a cloth with an awesome design. So the weaver is about the process, the knowledge, the skills, and the transaction. That is hierarchy of sales. Next comes opportunities. Okay. Opportunities are help them earn, help them grow, help them unfold, and create opportunities for them. All right. Here again, hierarchy of sales, we look at it in a different fashion. Sales, referrals, networking, leverage, and contribution. salesman, hunter, farmer, weaver, and contributor. The next one is relatedness. When you are related to people around you, they have the comfort of reaching out to you. So be reachable. Go all out and leave the other people with an experience that we are one. They can always come and seek any kind of support from you. That is being related. So we spoke about the 5 orbits. Outermost is prospect. The prospect becomes a customer, customer becomes a client, client becomes an advocate, and an advocate becomes a partner. Partner becomes one with the business. So your job as a business is to keep on moving the relationship from one orbit to the other orbit. Not outside, from outside in. So from prospect to customer to client to advocate to partner. All right. Next is know-how. Share the knowledge, share how to make life easy for the people. So we're kind of done with the networking piece. So what did you get out of this? Knowledge, right? So knowledge, we're talking about design, develop, diversify. This is how you design your business. This is a piece of knowledge, right? So at the end, you leverage your network. The more you give, the more you get. So giving takes care of getting. The second piece is people love to buy. They don't need to be sold to. So if you try and push somebody to sell it to them, they will get pissed off and then they will run away. So there's a sentence which says, if they like you, they will listen to you. If they like you, they will listen to you. If they trust, they will buy from you. So if you want people to buy from you, you have to make them trust you. And to let them trust you, you have to be consistently engaging with them. All right. So aapke sawal, any questions? Hello.
That was a very awesome information, sir, related to. I have also learning, sir, because I do not know about the entrepreneurship.
अभी तो और भी आने वाला है साहब.
Sir. So, dear participant, if you have any query till now, you can unmute yourself and ask your query.
Hello.
Yes.
Any questions?
Yes. Sir, please explain again leverage.
Please explain again leverage.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you tell me, what do you mean by the word? So when I say leverage, what do you understand? Hello. What do you understand when I say leverage? Manu, you might want to unmute and share. Fair enough. Lever is profit. What else? What else can you leverage in your business? Manu, would you like to unmute yourself?
Manu, please unmute.
Okay, so gain points we have over other parts. Yeah, Manu, you were saying something.
सर मेरे को बस यही पूछना था कि लेवरेज क्या होता है?
हाँ, मैं भी यही पूछ रहा हूँ कि आपके अनुसार लेवरेज क्या होता है?
सर प्रॉफिट मतलब अपने बिजनेस को ग्रो करना।
अच्छा,
जी।
सो
आई गेस
लीवर
सर
शब्द का मतलब क्या होता है?
लिवर नहीं
एक
पता
लीवर
सर।
तो वो होता है जो शराब पीने से खराब होता है, मैं
जी।
उसकी बात नहीं कर रहा। तो आई थिंक क्लास 3 में शायद लीवर के बारे में पहली दफा पढ़ा होगा हमने। या अगर आप हाथ में जब कैंची पकड़ते हैं तो कैंची जो है उसको आप हिलाते हैं अपने उंगली से और अंगूठे के बीच में, तो उसका
जी जी
सामने वाला हिस्सा जो है वो मूव करता है और वो काटता है, राइट?
यस सर।
दैट इज वन काइंड ऑफ अ लीवर। तो आप एक्शन कहीं और कर रहे हैं, आप दबाव कहीं और डाल रहे हैं,
जी जी
और कट सामने पेपर रहा है या कपड़ा रहा है। समझ रहे हैं क्या हो रहा है?
यस सर यस सर यस सर।
So right now when I'm speaking to you, we are leveraging internet. मैं
हाँ
अपने घर में बैठकर कंप्यूटर को देख रहा हूं और आपको अपने यहां पर अपनी स्क्रीन पर मैं दिखाई दे रहा हूं, राइट?
यस सर।
तो हम जूम के जरिए इंटरनेट को लेवरेज कर रहे हैं और इसके जरिए इंफॉर्मेशन डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं। डज दैट मेक सेंस?
यस सर।
स्टॉक मार्केट में आप अपना पैसा डालते हैं
जी
और कोई कंपनी मार्केट में काम कर रही है, वो पैसा बढ़ा रही है और आपको अपने पैसे के एवज में और पैसा दे रही है, डिविडेंड दे रही है।
सर आई थिंक कि किसी दूसरे की किसी दूसरे के द्वारा किया वर्क यानी किसी दूसरे के थ्रू।
हाँ, जो भी है दूसरे के थ्रू, लेकिन आप अपना काम कर रहे हैं।
जी
आपके घर में पानी की टंकी है
यस सर।
छत पर,
यस सर है।
उसमें पानी कैसे पहुंचता है?
समरसेबल से सर, पाइप, समरसेबल की पाइप से।
परफेक्ट। तो सबमर्सिबल सिर्फ बिना ऑन किए पहुंच जाता पानी ऊपर?
नो सर, उसको ऑन करेंगे तब समरसेबल से उसमें फिल होगा पानी।
बहुत बढ़िया। तो आप उसको ऑन करते हैं, इसका इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का यूज करते हैं, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जो है वो सबमर्सिबल पंप को चलाती है, तब पानी नीचे से उठता है और ऊपर जाता है।
यस सर।
व्हाट आर यू डूइंग? You are lifting the water from the ground level or sub ground level and taking it up to the tank in your home, right?
यस सर।
That is leverage.
यस सर, अब आगे समझ में आ गया सर।
अगर अब भी नहीं समझ में आया तो मैं स्क्रीन से निकल कर आऊंगा आपके यहाँ पर।
नहीं 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 सर, आ गया।
हाँ जी, और किसी को ना समझ में आया हो तो बताएं।
थैंक यू सर।
तो अब आप जरा एक दफा सबको बताएंगे लेवरेज क्या होता है?
लेवरेज की किसी बोल सकते हैं किसी थिंग के थ्रू कोई वर्क होना, मतलब किसी चीज को स्टार्ट बोल सकते हैं कि अगर एक एग्जांपल लें कि सर एग्जांपल दे सकते हैं?
बिल्कुल दीजिए।
कि किसी चीज को परचेज करते हैं तो वो मनी पे करना, तो मनी के थ्रू वो चीज परचेज की, फिर किसी को डिलीवर हुई, इस टाइप से।
तो मनु
लाइक ऐप।
मनु आप एंटरप्रेन्योर बन करके सोचो कि अभी जैसे मान लिया जाए आपको फंड, आपने कोई प्रोटोटाइप बनाया, लेकिन उसको पोर्टेबल करने के लिए आपको कुछ मनी की जरूरत है। अब आपने अतुल सर को कांटेक्ट किया कि सर ऐसा है तो मुझे इतने पैसे की जरूरत पड़ेगी और कैसे मार्केटिंग करें, तो इसमें अगर उन्होंने हेल्प किया आपका, तो बेसिकली ये लिवरेज ही है सर। एम आई राइट सर?
एब्सोल्युटली।
या आप एक जोन से दूसरे जोन में एक्सपैंड करना चाह रहे हो अपना बिजनेस, तो उसके लिए आपको नई टीम चाहिए, उसके लिए और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर चाहिए, यानी कि इन्वेस्टमेंट की जरूरत है, तो वहां पे भी जो हेल्प करेंगे दैट
that is
विल वर्क
leverage.
एज अ लेवरेज.
Okay, sir. Oh,
Sir is also a leverage guru.
Thank you. Yeah. So we leverage different resources so that we are able to achieve our goals. Does that make sense?
yes, sir.
So हमारे पास 3 तरीके के रिसोर्सेज हैं जिसको हम यूज कर सकते हैं. बताइए कौन कौन से.
As a leverage, fundraise करना,
ठीक है, फंड हुआ, और
guidance,
ओके, और
and third is execute.
ओके.
हाँ,
आपके
sir,
पास
ये
रिसोर्सेज हैं, तो इसमें एग्जीक्यूट में रिसोर्स कहां से आया, और गाइडेंस में रिसोर्स कहां से आया, किसका रिसोर्स है वो.
किसी हायर पर्सन का, जिसके थ्रू हमको गाइडेंस मिलेगी अपने बिजनेस को ग्रो करने में.
ठीक है.
It is human resource.
ह्यूमन रिसोर्स.
Yes.
So let me make it simpler. There are the 3 resources are time, energy and money. ठीक है जी.
जी सर.
आप जो है आपके घर में जो टंकी है ऊपर, आप एक एक बाल्टी भर के नीचे से पानी की ले जाकर ऊपर जाकर भर कर आ सकते हैं. भर सकते हैं ना.
ये सब भर सकते हैं, लेकिन उसमें
लेकिन
टाइम और
उसमें
एनर्जी
आपका
दोनों
समय
चाहिए.
भी ज्यादा जाएगा और एनर्जी भी ज्यादा जाएगी.
जी.
इसलिए आप क्या करते हो, एक मोटर लगा लेते हो, बिजली का पैसा दे देते हो और पानी भर
यस.
डालते हो.
यस सर.
सही है. तो आपने
सही सर.
टाइम, एनर्जी और मनी में टाइम और एनर्जी को बचाने के लिए आपने पैसा दे दिया और बिजली की खपत कर दी.
यस.
ठीक है. अब आपने अगर ग्रो करना है तो 1 mg wanted to grow and they went to Tata's and Tata funded them, and that is how they raised fund from Tata so that 1 mg could grow. Make sense? तो उन्होंने पैसे में फंडिंग ली, पैसे को लेवरेज किया, राइट. The
Right,
resource
sir.
that they capitalized was funding, money. कभी आपके पास वो नहीं होता तो आप फिर अपना टाइम लगाते हैं और एनर्जी लगाते हैं, राइट.
Right, sir. To make money.
इज दिस क्लियर.
Clear, sir.
आगे बढ़े.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
फैंटास्टिक, थैंक यू. So now you've got 2 choices. One choice is जैसे आप बिजनेस करते हैं वैसे करते रहें. कि जी आप बिजनेस शुरू करेंगे, बिजनेस कैसे शुरू करेंगे, या तो इनहेरिट करेंगे. So you inherit it from your parents. Second is experience. You become an electronics engineer and then you start doing something in electronics. और यू सी अ न्यू ट्रेंड इन द मार्केट. तो जिस टाइम पर कोविड आया तो लोगों ने देखा कि जी मास्क एक नया ट्रेंड है, मास्क और सैनिटाइजर. तो हर दूसरे आदमी ने मास्क और सैनिटाइजर या मैन्युफैक्चर करना शुरू कर दिया या उसमें ट्रेडिंग शुरू कर दी. एंड देन द फोर्थ वन इज अ पिंक स्लिप. पिंक स्लिप आपको पता क्या होती है? हेलो.
नो सर.
ओके, किसी को पता है? ऑफर लेटर क्या होती है? ऑफर लेटर क्या
जब कोई
होता है?
जॉब वगैरह लग जाती है तो जब उसका ऑफर आता है
परफेक्ट.
अप्लाई कर सकते हैं.
और जब जॉब चली जाती है तो उस लेटर को क्या बोलते हैं?
रिजिग्नेशन.
वो तो रेजिग्नेशन तो आपने दिया, जो कंपनी आपको देती है उसको क्या बोलते हैं?
डिसमिसल लेटर.
हाँ, जो डिसमिसल लेटर होता है ना, दैट इज कॉल्ड पिंक स्लिप. जब कंपनी आपको कहती है कि जी भाई हमसे ना हो पाएगा, आप हम आपको ना रख पाएंगे, तो फिर अगले दिन सुबह आप जो है एंटरप्रेन्योर बन जाते हैं। होता है ऐसा? हेलो, चलिए आप भले ही ना माने बट ऐसा होता है। ठीक है, तो नेक्स्ट स्टेज आती है ग्रोथ की, जहां पर आप कंपनी बनाते हैं, कस्टमर्स ढूंढते हैं और उसके बाद में सेल करनी शुरू कर देते हैं। और उसके बाद एक स्टेज आती है स्ट्रगल की, जहां पर कि जी आपको मार्केट से पैसा लेने वाला जो है वो बढ़ता जाता है, रिसीवेबल्स बढ़ते जाते हैं, आपके पास मैन पावर की शॉर्टेज होनी शुरू हो जाती है। लोग बाग आपसे ट्रेनिंग लेते हैं और निकल लेते हैं, ट्रेनिंग लेते हैं निकल लेते हैं, और आपके मार्जिन जो है वो रोजाना कम होने शुरू हो जाते हैं। तो ये होता है एक स्टैंडर्ड बिजनेस, जो बिजनेस बाय चांस है। फिर एक दूसरे प्रकार का बिजनेस है जिसको हम कहते हैं बिजनेस बाय डिजाइन। इसमें पहले हम डिजाइन के ऊपर काम करते हैं। इस स्टेज में बिजनेस एक स्टार्टअप के तरीके का होता है जो कि क्रिएशन पर काम करता है, एंड इट इज ड्रिवन बाय द फ्यूचर। सेकंड स्टेज में डेवलपमेंट स्टेज है, जिसमें कि मोमेंटम बढ़ता है बिजनेस का। बिजनेस इज ग्रोइंग ऑन एन एवरीडे बेसिस एंड इट इज ड्रिवन बाय प्रेजेंट। आज सप्लाई देनी है, आज हमको रॉ मटेरियल चाहिए, आज हमको नए रिसोर्सेज चाहिए, वगैरह वगैरह। And then at a certain stage, when the business is doing very well, you diversify, you start to monetize it. The business becomes mature. आप उसके फ्रेंचाइजी खोलना शुरू कर देते हैं, आप उसको बेचने की कगार पर आ जाते हैं, आप उसमें से निकलने की कोशिश करते हैं। सो दिस इज बिजनेस बाय डिजाइन, जहां पर कि आप बिजनेस को क्रिएट, बिल्ड ही इसलिए कर रहे हैं ताकि एक दिन आप उसको बेचकर उसमें से मुनाफा कमा सकें, उसमें से प्रॉफिट कमा सकें, उसको लेवरेज कर सकें। ऑलराइट, so make the great shift, speaking to listening expenditure to investment my way or highway to customer's way. Remember, it's the customer who pays your bills. Listen to your customer, invest in your customer, and co-create with your customer. आपने अगर अपना बिजनेस बढ़ाना है तो आप रोजाना कस्टमर को सुने, सुबह दोपहर शाम, तभी आपका बिजनेस आगे बढ़ेगा। So design brings workability, it also brings a state change. I've got a gift for you. This is my book called Golf Mastering Business Success. इस किताब में 19 चैप्टर्स हैं, जिसमें से 10 चैप्टर्स जो हैं वो मास्टरिंग बिजनेस सक्सेस के ऊपर आधारित हैं। 4 चैप्टर्स लेवरेज मॉडल के ऊपर आधारित हैं। ये 4 चैप्टर हुए गोल्फ के ऊपर, GOLF, विच इज गेम, अपॉर्चुनिटी, लाइफलाइन एंड फ्यूचर। 3 केस स्टडीज हैं इसमें। आप अगर ये बुक लेना चाहें तो आप मुझे ईमेल कर सकते हैं। मेरा ईमेल आईडी मैं आपको चैट पर शेयर कर देता हूं अभी। atul@egrowth.org। आप चाहें तो मुझसे व्हाट्सएप पर भी संपर्क कर सकते हैं। ठीक है जी, आप चाहें तो हम लोग लिंक्डइन पर भी मिल सकते हैं। ओके, कोई सवाल? एंड थैंक यू। सो दिस इज माय लिंक्डइन, माय ईमेल आईडी, फोन नंबर and our website.
Yes. So now the session is open for the question answer. If you have any query on negotiation, you can ask to our speaker.
May I?
Yes, please, Anuj.
Yeah. First, it's so informative to hear these kind of things. Actually, I just want to know that because as a beginner, it's always we are looking for that negotiations, and also how to know that to what extent we can negotiate, so that because it's always that the negotiations is like a double two-way system, that either it go your way or others way. So how to know that to what extent we can negotiate?
So, Anuj, are you married?
No.
Okay. Are you in a relationship?
No.
Have you ever been in a relationship?
Till now, not.
Okay. You've been a child, right? Or you've seen children around?
Yeah.
तो आपने कभी मॉल में किसी बच्चे को एकदम लोट-पोट होते देखा है?
Yeah.
कि उसे कुछ चाहिए
हाँ.
और वो अपने फादर या अपने मदर की जो है एकदम सब इज्जत धो डाल रहा है,
हाँ.
क्योंकि उसे एक लॉलीपॉप चाहिए.
Yeah, it happens.
That is negotiation. तो जिस स्टेज पर उसके माँ बाप उसको 2-4 थप्पड़ ना जड़ दे, वहां तक आप नेगोशिएट कर सकते हैं.
Okay, so similarly we can
जिस समय आपका जो सप्लायर है वो कहे भाई साहब हमसे ना हो पाएगा, आप किसी और के पास चले जाएं, तब तक आप करते रह सकते हैं.
Okay.
लेकिन I'll tell you, there are ये दो धारी तलवार है. मैंने ये पहले भी कहा था कि see, the other person is there to do business and so are you.
Yeah.
You put yourself in that person's shoes. You
Sure.
are in business to make profit. Okay?
Yeah.
At least a reasonable profit. Okay? In such a scenario, if the other person keeps on negotiating to such an extent that there is nothing remaining for you,
Okay.
you would not want to do business with that person.
Surely.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So don't approach from this perspective कि जी मैं तो इसको निचोड़ ही लूंगा.
Okay.
मींस पहले तो मैं नींबू निचोड़ दूंगा, फिर जो बचा होगा उसका अचार डाल दूंगा. ऐसा मत करना. Leave some breather for the person, for the other business.
Okay.
Because when you do that, that person will be willing to do business with you again.
Yeah. Reciprocation.
Second is whenever you do some transactions, very often there are some hidden things which you don't know.
Sure.
Means सामने वाले ने आपको सप्लाई करना है, ठीक है? जिस दिन उसने आपको सप्लाई करना है उस दिन टेम्पो की स्ट्राइक हो गई, राइट? अब अगर उसका टेम्पो का भाड़ा था 500 rupees, and if you have treated that person with dignity and a lot of respect, वो बंदा उस दिन उस माल को अपनी गाड़ी में धर के आपके यहाँ छोड़कर जाएगा. लेकिन अगर आपने नेगोशिएशन में उस बंदे की धज्जियां उड़ा दी ना, वो कहेगा सर सॉरी, आज स्ट्राइक है, स्ट्राइक खुलेगी तब हम भेज देंगे. Now choice is yours. Do you want to have that kind of a respect कि सामने वाला बंदा अपनी पर्सनल गाड़ी में आकर आपके घर पे छोड़कर जाए, या आप चाहते हैं कि वो आपको ऐसे ट्रीट करे कि भाई अब देख लेना हमसे ना हो पाएगा. So this is a call which you take.
Yeah.
See, आप ये देखें कि जी एक स्टेज पर के आगे नेगोशिएशन में आपको उतना ज्यादा बेनिफिट नहीं मिलता.
Yes.
लेकिन उतने में जो आपकी एनर्जी घुसती है ना,
वो भी बेकार हो जाती है.
That is not worth it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because most of the times when we are looking at Shark Tank episodes as well, so there is a very thin margin of negotiations and all that, ultimately going from equity to shares and all that, equities and all that. So yeah, that's a very practical point that you have made.
See, the sharks who are there, they are there. They are called sharks because they are there to make money.
Yeah.
वो उसको शार्क बुलाते हैं, वेल या डॉल्फिन नहीं बुलाते, क्योंकि शार्क जो है वो खूनी दरिंदा है। क्या है? खूनी दरिंदा।
खूनी दरिंदा, यस।
जब तक आप में इतना फ्लैश नहीं होगा कि वो खून पी सके, वो आप में दांत डालेंगे ही नहीं, आपको बाइट ही नहीं करेंगे वो।
यस।
So wish you all the best. Looking forward to see you in Shark Tank.
Yeah, hopefully, but not till now, because ultimately after this entrepreneurship program, there might be a chance that, yeah, because it's so informative to hear all experts and all. So because as a beginner, it's so interesting to hear these kind of things, because we are just entering into this startup era. So now the government is also helping a lot and all that stuff. So yeah, it's kind of the brainstorming workshop that I can say.
सर आप जो कहेंगे सो होगा। ठीक है जी।
Yeah, and one more thing that about that networking is most of the times we are just contacting or emailing a person, and the person, I don't know, there might be a drawback from our end or what, so they are not replying or saying. So what to do in that case? Because we just think that that person might not be interested in our work or like that. So how to perceive that kind of thing?
यार ना बहुत समय पहले ना शाहरुख खान की या पता नहीं किसकी, आई डोंट रिमेम्बर, किसी की तो एक मूवी थी, उसमें वो लोग एक कट्टे पे बैठे होते हैं, चाय पी रहे होते हैं, लड़के लोग, गोविंदा की थी शायद, और एक लड़की गुजर रही होती है, तो वो आई थिंक शाहरुख खान की मूवी थी, कौन बन गया क्या समथिंग बन गया जेंटलमैन, तो राजू बन गया जेंटलमैन, तो वो उसमें कहता है पलट 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 पलटी, राइट? सो दैट इज हाउ इट हैपेंस इन ईमेल्स आल्सो। अगर आपकी ईमेल में आपके कंटेंट में उतनी वैल्यू है तो वो बंदा देखेगा और रिस्पॉन्ड करेगा। अगर आपकी ईमेल ऐसी है जैसे आईएसबीटी में, आईएसबीटी पता क्या होता है?
हाँ, इंटरस्टेट बस टर्मिनल।
फैंटास्टिक। सो आईएसबीटी में अगर बसेस की आप लाइन देखोगे तो एक बस आएगी दूसरी जाएगी, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता।
हाँ।
अगर वैसी कहानी है तो वो बंदा आपकी मेल को जवाब नहीं देगा। जब उसको लगेगा कि जी ये लिमोजीन है जो खास मेरे लिए आई है तब वो पलटेगा। I hope I've answered your question.
Yeah. And thank you for that session, because it's so interesting to hear these kind of stuff from such an expert.
My pleasure, sir. You know, how do I become an expert?
I think you have mentioned in your last slide from that listening part, because earlier in your early career, there might be a chance that you have listened a lot, and then because what the people are saying that a good listener is only a good speaker.
Fantastic. So I become an expert because you say so. क्या समझे?
Yeah.
आप मुझे एक्सपर्ट बनाते हैं, मैं एक्सपर्ट नहीं हूं। हाँ जी, थैंक यू। Anybody else? Any more questions?
Okay, I think there is no question now. So,
अनवर
sir, I
साहब,
would
आप
like
कोई
to-
क्वेश्चन बोल रहे थे?
Yes, sir.
एक मिनट, अनवर, you were trying to say something. Just a moment. Anwar, are you there? Anwar was trying to unmute and then, okay, fair enough. Chale, sir.
Ji, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation as well as sharing this informative talk. So today I have also learned some basics and the clue for the networking as well as for the negotiation. So I think the people are doing the bargaining in the shop they can also do the negotiation with the other person for the development of their business. So that is the skill they can utilize.
I think negotiation is possible at all levels.
Yes, sir.
Unless you make it so cheap. It's a very valuable thing.
Yes, sir. So kindly accept, sir, the memento of honor on behalf of.
Thank you, sir. My pleasure.
For delivering such a wonderful talk, conducting the very interactive session. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. So I'll take your leave. So wish you all a great success. May you have successful businesses. And I am just a call away. Whenever you need, I'll be there to support you guys.
Yes, sir. So soon we will meet, sir.
Definitely.
Yes.
Thank you. See you.
Thank you so much, sir.
A group photo ho jaye?
Yes, yes. So all participants, please switch on your camera for a group photograph. Please. Vineet, Anuj, Kuldeep, please. Arindam, today Arindam has not joined, I think.
Hari, some more.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye. So I'll quit now. Bye.
Yes. So we are moving ahead, and our speaker has joined with us. Good morning, Partha, sir.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Yes, fine, sir. So let us start another session on technology readiness level, manufacturing readiness level, investment readiness level, tech transfer. So that will be covered by the Partha sir. So he is not need an introduction, but this is my formality to introduce our speaker. So Partha sir is a evangelist of responsible AI, applying cloud, AI, blockchain, and privacy by the design. He is recipient of CIPM. He is selected top 50 for Dialogflow CX component designer by Google in 2021 summer competition. He is also an ex-HSBC, now core ML and AI engineer, led by the Bay Area startup Aware Solution for the product development of KI. KI has received Best Innovation Award in 2022 from 3M. He has also published patent on fintech and received Bachelor of Engineering from NIT Surat and Master of Science in Data Science from Northwestern University, USA. So we are very grateful to have you as a keynote speaker, sir. And we are eagerly waiting for your informative session. So this is the better opportunity for the participant to learn the basic of TRL and all the level to pitch their idea to know where their prototype and service and is currently residing in. So that is, if you will know the correct TRL level, then you can pitch to near the investor in a very efficiently manner. So over to you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. This is my second session, and again, the same note that it's my pleasure being with you all. It's really interesting to talk with you and the way you are making the things. Especially those are entrepreneurs, or they became or they are becoming. So probably this note from my side would be helpful for the next 90 minutes. Okay, so let me start with today's session. Is mostly, I can say that it's a little bit technology based, but I'm trying to make it less technical or more into management and how it is more relevant to entrepreneur. Now, the last session, probably other sessions who already discussed many information, and that was good for you. Probably you can recall that business canvas, like lean canvas, BMC. So those canvas says, probably you can recall here, this is something. So this one, I'm starting with that how one business proposal starts with, one business starts with. I'm not going all the different parts of that canvas, but most important part that yesterday or last session I have ended. Probably from there I will be starting this point, how that design thinking, innovation is needed, and how it would be continued to our technology transfer. Now, this business plan or in the canvas, you know that this is the value proposal part. So you are adding value here. And when you are adding the value, then you need to bring the innovation that we have the understanding. Now, for that particular innovation, you need design thinking, and we have can you give me 1 minute time? I'm just taking 1 minute pause for a while. I'm getting one emergency call. Sorry. Sorry. So let's start again. So that particular design thinking approach we have discussed, and we found that particular one business from business plan, that exact we need to make one problem statement, and the problem statement comes with, or it follows that business plan or canvas. And this design thinking, if we go through the process, then it will result to find out exact problem statement, or more precise problem statement. So I'm just recalling the problem statement that probably you know, but through the process of design thinking, you will find out the best problem statement that would be suitable for your business plan or the canvas. Now we have ended last time one use case that is very much relevant to biotech. So this statement I'm reading out again. The glaucoma is a leading cause of blindness worldwide, and early detection is critical for preventing vision loss. However, traditional glaucoma screening methods can be expensive and time-consuming, and they are often not available in rural and unreserved areas. Now, this is something we understood, that these things we need innovation, and by that process, we brought the innovation. The innovation design was based on that target, that how we can hit the problem area. So this underlined underlined problems, probably 2 problems we discussed last time. Now, this is the second part, that how the next part of the innovation, or how that innovation embedding into one product, or how it is embedded into one business, that could be marketable, and how we can bring to the market or go to market with that product. Now, again, I'm just recalling that last session, we found that this design thinking, and this is one that process for innovation design. So this is for first stage. Then we are slowly moving to the growth stage, evolve and growth. And same way we can think of the scaling. So we have to scale. So when we are scaling, what we are benefiting, we are getting the money, or we are getting the value, and we are also serving the market, serving through service or product. So these things are coming at the point when proof of impact or proof of market is, both the things are validated. We're starting with the value, proof of concept, and that proof of concept is connected to prototype. That prototype is connected with proof of concept, and thereon we have found that innovation design and the process of design thinking, we can reach to the scalable level or scaled level. Now, I'm moving forward. So our problem statement was that, and that was the innovation. So by this process, again, that was discussed. So I'm just recalling. So by the process of design thinking, we found one innovation, probably for that use case that is related to glaucoma. That was related to time and also the last mile reachable to the Indian rural or very remote areas. Now here, one solution is that the AI-based glaucoma screening tool on smartphone-based cameras offer a promising alternative to traditional methods. So this is our innovation that we found last day or last session. So here, again, for the next we have discussed that this innovation, when it is innovation that is related to our problem that we have identified, that was been selected through our design thinking process, we found that the design thinking process, it was very much important one. This is important next 2, and this is important part 3. So we understood that design thinking will help us to bring the breadth and depth of that human connectivity. At the same time, when we are going for business part, or how the business board, the management, how that is related to the innovation, that is the toughest part, and that would be also connected through design thinking, and that was also discussed through our design thinking process. Or briefly, design thinking can help us to connect the human and business to our innovation. Last time we discussed that technology was not at all very tough one. We can solve that easily. So this is the third part. And today, probably by technology transfer, or starting with technology level or your preparedness level, that technology preparedness probably it will be starting from here. So that's my point. So now I'm coming to that innovation, how innovation and technology is connected. Now that technology is maybe the third, but without technology, we cannot bring the innovation, especially when that our environment surroundings are more into AI based. And our problem statement is also AI based. So technology is more important here. Sometimes we call it tech or high-tech company. So if your company or you are entrepreneur looking for making tech or high-tech, then probably to take this part would be a little bit more important than other companies, other startups. Now, when it is coming to technology, we are checking the possibility and usability. For both the cases, even we are going forward that, yes, we need to check whether it is possible or usable. What is possible and what is usable? Possible is that if we are thinking of, I'm making one space shuttle, that's probably not possible for me, or maybe not for us, but somebody can make it possible, like SpaceX. It was not probably understandable. It was not possible to many, but Elon Musk probably proved that not only NASA, probably SpaceX can sustain in this world, along with NASA and other government bodies, to push the rockets into the sky or into that celestial level. So that is possibility. You have to find out whether it is possible or not. Next part is usability. That technology that you are thinking, whether it is usable or not. For our use case, when we are thinking of, we are solving the glaucoma, and through smartphone, probably I can say this is very usable. The reason is that we have the smartphone. Smartphone is affordable, and glaucoma is very common to Indian people, or probably it's catching more due to the presence of digital screen. So that is now connected to usability. So it is usable. Okay, now I'm coming back to technology part. So our problem statement is fixed. Our innovation that we need for the problem statement, that is fixed. Now we are targeting to innovation and connecting technology with innovation. AI-based glaucoma screening, what is technology here that we would be using in our problem statement or our use case? That is AI-based glaucoma screening tools on smartphone-based cameras offer a promising alternative to traditional methods. These tools to use deep learning algorithm to analyze the images. I'm continuing from here. This one statement of the optic nerve taken with a smartphone camera. So image of the optic nerve. Probably this is the second part that would be input to our deep learning. And the next one is the key features, probably cup and cup to disc ratio. That is one term related to biotech or medical or life science. So these things are very much related. One, I'm noting it 1, 2, and 3. So these 3 things would be very much related to our technology and probably for AI application. Okay, now I'm coming to that particular TRL, MRL, and IRL. Probably that is the starting point. That should be starting point of our learning today. Before that, I'm just taking 1 minute pause or maybe 2 minutes if it is needed. I'm opening to you all just to ask question. This is not about today's point, probably the last session or other sessions, probably few sessions already covered based on that what I talked so far. Do you have any question from your side? You just go ahead to ask me. Anytime you raise your hand, you stop me.
Okay, dear participant, please unmute yourself and discuss with the speaker. I, sir, is waiting for your response.
This is your good time to ask me related to the design thinking, innovation, and before coming to the TRL and MRL and IRL. Any question related to your startup, related to your product that you are thinking or you are trying to build, or something you are already in the process? Okay. So you have enough time to ask me. Anytime you can stop me. Now I'm coming to that next part. That is our target today. That is TRL, Technology Readiness Level. So that readiness, how the technology that we are discussing here, like AI-based few things that we are developing for our use case. So that would be more related, and I will show you how that particular use case, these three terms would be relevant, or how it would be more relevant to your product when you are developing it. Now, readiness is something like, it is a 1.9 skill that is developed by US NASA. I'm not talking into that theoretical level, but even 9 levels are a little bit tougher to comprehend. But how it would be very much relevant to you when you can detect that which level you are and what is the need of exactly to find these things like TRL, MRL, and IRL. What is the need? Well, we are all good. We are building something, we are coding something, we are solving the problem. So all the things are all good. What is the need to go to this level or technology, TRL, that nitty-gritty of the technology management? What is the need of that? Probably that is something we can learn today. Okay, now I'm coming to the 9-level TRL, technology readiness. Then we would go for manufacturing readiness. And the next level will be integration. So how the manufacturing and integration, these two things are relevant to technology, and how the technology, manufacturing, and integration, the three things would be relevant to you. Probably that is our takeaway. Okay. Now, this is something well, we can think of this. Now that I told 9 levels, so this is something, the basic technology research, R&D, development, demonstration, and system and subsystem development. And next, launching, go to market. Now, this is the last step. If I think, then this is the first step. And first step, you are, how I'm relating it, probably the next few 2-3 slides would be there. Just I am briefing up at this moment. Like when your problem statement is ready, when you know that which kind of technology you are using, just like for our glaucoma, we know that this AI, and for this you will need something like deep learning. So that is something basic technology research. After that, you are going for feasibility. Feasibility, that if you go to the circle, that you recall the circle, 3 circles, then probably that feasibility study is needed. And then when both the things are validated, then you are going for development. Like you need to start the coding. So from the coding parallels, those are going for that technology coding, software-based SaaS kind of product, software-based product. For them, probably don't start with the software coding. Before that, you go to these 2 steps. Sometimes software engineers, those are very much very active to this entrepreneurship by development, software development. Probably we start from here, or many people I have seen that they start from this point. But before that, they skip 1 to 3 or 1 to 4. This is something you look into. Next, demo part. So I will be coming later. The demo and subsystem, how it is, the subsystem, how it is related to our technology readiness, that I will be talking into next level. Here in this graph, this is the resource and this is the TRL readiness. Now, again, first we ask the question, why the TRL, these things are needed to learn? Why it is needed? The reason is that we need the resource. So you are not alone in your startup. You are not alone. You need somebody with you you need money. What is resource? Money, space, land, and also human input. Probably not labor, but we can say the human input. Those can help you. So these resources are very important for our technology. I am talking about the technology part only. So those resources, here you can scale from 1 to 9. And you can see the resources are not in a single layer. It is in the 3 layers. First, you are starting with your own pocket, or you are starting with your own setup. You are making the basic research and a little bit these first 3 parts that you are doing. So let's say you are starting with research, feasibility, and then coding part. So these things will be coming. You may be alone, or maybe 2-3 friends, you are doing it. After that, you are thinking of that actors, some actors who can help you for the academia field, probably government grant, probably few government labs. So those would be needed. And maybe some large and small companies can help. And this is also very much focused here. So when you are from the 1 to 6, no need to go to the large business. So sometimes you can see that when you are running your startup, or maybe you are opening your startup, don't go to the large business at the very first step. First cover up to 6. Before that, probably this 6 or 7, you carry with your own, we can say bootstrap. You can do bootstrapping, or you can think of the close circle, the money fund from close circle. Maybe academia or government grant could be helpful. But after that, you try to bring from when your technology development is all covered, from the 7, that is the demo would be starting. That when you are starting the demo and subsystem, that time you go for large business to help you. Even here, the funding is there, that funding from the private or government, when you are going for funding, that is also being determined, that when you be going for funding. I told you from 3, probably when you are finding the feasibility, probably you can start taking money from your close circle, or probably your close network. But after that, probably you have to find out that angels, VCs, from this part. Yeah, so probably this is the good part, that why we are learning TRL, because TRL will help you to find out when you can step out from your desk to market to road. Probably I'm taking another 30-second pause. You can open your mic, or maybe you can write down if you think that writing is good for you, then you can go ahead writing. Yeah. So this is any question? Can you want to ask me anything about this part? This is something very complicated, one part I'm telling, but very important. The reason is that when you are starting your business, probably it's different aspects you need to look into. But here, the most important part, that when you have to go for resource allocation, probably resource allocation is something, you have the money. Let's say you are starting with 1 million, but where to invest and when to invest? So that where and when, probably very complicated. You cannot hire 5 people. And after 3 months, you cannot tell that, okay, you go, you leave out my company. I don't have money. At the same time, you cannot tell that, okay, I will not spend any money. I'll do everything. I'll do everything from by my own. Then in that case, that is not startup. So that optimization probably comes with this TRL understanding. Okay, so I'm going to the next Yeah, so this is something, if it looks more prominent, how I have discussed. So this is something giving you a better idea or bigger picture. Okay, now this part is something. So I told you probably the 9 steps, sometimes very complicated. Probably we cannot observe all those 9 steps, but I have something easier way to look into this. So what these 5 steps? One is the fundamental research. Second one, that systematic study. Then develop the prototype. You can recall that this point from the design thinking point of view. So for this design thinking also, you are needed to follow some steps. Here also, you are also following some research. So both are almost similar. It's not that something design thinking and this TRL thing, observing the TRL or measuring the TRL, something new, not at all. Here also you are doing the fundamental research. In fact, you do. Unknowingly, you do the research. You are not, I'm sure, everyone who are doing the business, you do something research before that. So that is this. Next one, I'm going for the systematic study. Something that is demonstrated in the university level, college level, institute level. That's a study that it follows some steps. So that is very much needed. If you don't follow, you cannot document your study. So that documentation is needed. This is very much of management perspective. If you don't document this, then you cannot transfer that knowledge to your team members. So this transferring the things are needed to make the prototype. When you are making the prototype, you make the team. So this prototype, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So instead of 9, probably these 5 steps are very much you can understand for your own business. So when you are making the prototype, you know the prototype from the design thinking point of view, you are making that proof of concept. You are making the proof of concept. Now you can tell the proof of concept to your others. Okay, this is something I am making, whether it is service or product, but you are making that POC, you are developing, and it is developed. So prototype is now developed. Now you are going for demo. When you are going for demo, you are reaching to TRL level, TRL 7 or 8. You are 6 to 8. So you are reaching to this. So these things are done. So you are starting to demo the things. You know who are the people, or you are from the design thinking point of view, you are getting the feedback from the market. So feedback process will start. The feedback would be there to make your POC better. So that will improve your POC. So that improvement will be there. So this point, it is very reciprocal or to and fro. So this will go this point and this will go this point. That we know from the design thinking point of view. But I'm talking from the technology level point of view. So when you are doing this process in your business, so you can understand that I am in the level of 6, 7, 8. And that time you can think of, okay, this is my time to resource. From the resource allocation point, I need to bring money from the outsider, from the private. Probably that point you can think of. Next, deployment. Here, deployment is something that the commercial use, or in the technology point, deployment is something different from one field to another field. For AI, probably the deployment is like making one usable, or that particular user can interact with the AI. So that is something just like ChatGPT, that particular interface. When you are writing something, so that is something deployment. So that model, LLM model, is deployed into that ChatGPT interface. So this is something deployment. From the biologic, our case that the glaucoma case. That case, deployment is like when your deep learning model is built, it has been tested, then you are deploying to your app. So that app would be the last stage or deployment stage. Okay, now I'm going to more that 9 levels. How that 9 levels are? I'm not talking much about this slide. So here, probably artificial intelligence, big data, IoT, or software development, and bioinformatics. So all these cases are very similar to this. So here we are moving from 1 to 9. 1 to 9, and step-by-step process how. So this document can help you that which stage you are right now and how you can think of what your readiness. So this would be identified through this scale, and this scale is developed by NASA, or sometimes Indian government is also building this kind of 9 steps. Also, they are following the same document, and almost the same way they are forming their scale. Yeah. Now, I'm going for next another 2 minutes gap, but before that, I'm just thinking of to complete this one. So what we have discussed so far, the TRL, that is technology readiness. What is technology readiness? What is technology? We find that technology that is based on our use case. That is based on our use case. So this is our use case. We know something that this technology is related to our deployment, or sorry, our development, and that development is related to our readiness. Now, why we are using this TRL concept here? The reason is that we can understand where, when, and where to use the resource. Now, this resource is very much relevant to cost, or we can say the cost. So ultimately, you have to balance yourself, the cost and revenue. Cost and revenue. Cost, resource is related to cost. Resource is related to cost. And cost and revenue, the difference will give you that your profit. And this profit will help you to show to that external bodies that your business is doing good. So the technology is related to resource, cost, revenue, and profit, this optimization. Technology is not at all independent. This is dependent. Now, this point I am now discussing, that how the cost is relevant to it. What is the cost that we are incurring at this moment for technology? The cost of development and specific AI technology. You cannot say that I'm talking about our use case, the smartphone camera and that AI-based glaucoma screening tool. For this, the specific AI technology we would be using. We cannot say, okay, the first day we would be using the Tesla GPU. It's a very costly GPU, but it's very good. So we cannot do at the first day, we cannot. So before that, we need to find out, okay, what is very cheap, it's very costly. What is the cheap, very, very easily available, and the cost is low, that could be used for our development. So that is something, cost of development, you have to think of. Next, cost of development, also depending on the maturity. Here, the maturity of technology. That case, we need to find out the TRL. So how TRL is connected here? Are you making the prototype for the demo, or you are deploying? So prototype or demo is different from deployment. This is different. These two terms are different. So for demo, you can use any kind of GPU, but for deployment, you have to use a good quality GPU. Probably that will be talking here, the cost of development. So cost of development for demo is less, and cost of development for deployment is high. And that will help you to find out from your TRL grading, whether you are in the level 7 or you are level 3 or 4. So that will give you this answer. Okay, so this is something. So far, I told that I will be taking a little bit 2 minutes gap from here. Just to tell me any question, raise your hand. I want to listen from you. Any use case that you have that you want to discuss. Feel free. Even you could speak in your Hindi or any language. Probably I can understand.
Partha sir, you are muted.
Sorry, do you have any question?
It's okay now. We can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm waiting for any question at this moment. I'm taking 2 minutes gap. So you just write down if anyone has any questions, just write down. I'm just waiting to answer.
Sir, we are unable to hear you.
Sorry. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any? Sorry, anyone has a question to address me, or I want to need to address someone?
Yes, participants, you are highly encouraged to interact with our speaker. Please, if you have any questions, you can please come forward.
Okay, so let's start again. So this part is very important that I was telling about why the TRL is needed. So the TRL will help you to understand that associated cost, and also this would be helpful for your team members. If you hire developers, then developers can make informed decisions about how to allocate their resource and budget. So that TRL is important for you or for your team members to optimize the cost, as well as to optimize the resource. Yeah. Here, probably this is something important that we have discussed. So the cost, you can understand the cost would be the cost would be increasing. The cost is increasing here. when you are increasing the cost, the value is also increasing. What is value here? That you just think of that from the business plan point of view, you have started your business plan with a very own idea. It started with your idea, but gradually you are enhancing your value. When you are enhancing your value from the TRL point of view, it is getting the rank is getting higher. So whenever you're increasing your value, your technology rank is higher. When you are around 6, 7, you can say that, okay, I am right now good to show the demo to others. So that time your value is quite increased. Your value is increased, but the cost is also increased. And the best part is that you are reducing your risk. The risk is reducing. You are reducing your risk. How it has been reduced? Because you know that gradually you are following that design thinking. You are following that particular the process. And slowly you are reducing the risk. The risk which was started, whether your idea will we can say it 1, 0. Sometimes in the market you can listen that at this point 1 or 0. So the risk, the idea will success or will fail. That risk was there. So it was all around 50% risk, very high risk, 50% risk. Gradually you are reducing the risk. Now you at the point of demo, you can think that, okay, my cost and value probably reached here, but my risk decreased here. So that risk is decreasing, value is increasing. So that is very attractive to fund houses. So when you are going for any fund, then this difference would be very attractive to them, how you are reducing the risk and how you are generating value. Generating value in financial term, maybe it is profit, but from the startup point of view, maybe value is not only the money, but it is something how you have built your system. Okay, so that is something TRL is the answer will give you that, okay, this is my TRL readiness. That is my maturity level. And I am at that maturity level of 7 or 8, and I can raise this amount of fund. So the fundraising is also very much related to this TRL. Usually here, what is written, usually the academia universities, they go for this range, 4 to 5 in between this range. Startup usually should go around 7, 8. After that, they should take the help from the big companies or corporates, or maybe they are connected to venture, and after that they can go for A or B sales. This is a little bit technical. I know this is technical, but I'm trying to find out that how this technical thing is related to your building process or your startup building process. Again, I'm taking 15 seconds gap to follow any question. You just start writing, then I can find that someone is have the question. You discuss with me with your product, any doubt, or you are planning for any idea, but you are thinking that you want to implement AI, you just can talk, and you can connect me anytime through LinkedIn, probably the better way.
Participants, this is a very good opportunity to actually know you are actually listening from one of the best in the field for the technology transfer and everything. So please make use of this opportunity. If you people have any ideas, if you people want to start your own startup, you want to go further with your own innovation, please move forward and ask questions. So if you would like to know how would you consider if your product is ready, or how do you want to know if when it is good time for market placement or anything regarding a product. You are here for some reason, right? You want to go forward with a startup or something like that. So please come forward and ask. So, sir, I have a question actually. So I was thinking, I discussed this with Sangharsh before when he was here. So we had this idea of making some kind of an app-based health. I'm not being very focused on the health, but it was like an app-based health monitoring or disease detection system. I think maybe, I don't know if it is with you. So we were thinking that if, so what would be would it be a good feasible platform for this kind of app? We do not have that much of app-based health monitoring system. We had one during COVID, but it was not very popular as I guess the RAG. But this kind of concept can actually be used for detection and monitoring lots of diseases of which we are not aware of. So what is your take on that? That this kind of, where will such a product lie, and can that be a feasible opportunity in the field of biomedical sciences?
Yeah. So I am not expert in this medical field. I am basically fintech.
No, I am just asking for your guidance in the AI field.
True. Okay. Now the point is that you raised the right point. So that idea, if you have this idea, that is probably today's from the today's learning, I can correlate your question. That idea to make that fifth level. So that monitoring system that you are thinking of, just you reach from 1 to 5, probably by design thinking process. You study the market, that exactly how you can reduce the cost. Probably for medical system, 2 things what I have observed from the AI point of view.
Yes.
That how you can reduce the cost. Probably cost.
And also the main thing will be getting a cost. I mean, generating a revenue. That will be always, that is the ultimate goal. So that will be also a big point in this. I think, Neet, do you have a question? I can see your question in chat box. So do you want to interact with them? If you want to interact with, I see in the chat box. So Vineet, please ask your question.
Yes, ma'am. He was asking about like if we have any idea to implement. So I was thinking of implementing an AI or machine learning model to suggest what will be the courses they will need to excel in their career. Like students, they do not have idea generally, so what to pursue or what not to pursue. So I was thinking that AI can like do that work for them, because counseling sessions are not very like present everywhere, and also they are expensive if we try to get them on our own. So
is it something you okay, just let me ask one question to you. So Vineet, did you ask the question? Oh, sorry, I missed that. Who has asked here?
It's Vineet, sir.
Okay. Now, just I want to ask you: is it for your personal you are talking about, or you are talking about any model that you are thinking of? A business model?
I was like for me personally, but also like students who are in same condition as me.
Yeah, this is probably one knowledge gap in India. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I missed your question. Did you ask something that
No, I was like an app or something on which we can implement this model. So I was trying to make that like ideate on that.
Okay. So I have one good answer for you. Probably that AI is not important to know for your idea or business model, even that probably the case that we are discussing at this moment, let's say the glaucoma detection app. For this, the AI, which kind of AI or which kind of technology could be used, or that feasibility study, probably that is something you can do anytime with many experts out there. In fact, you can write me. I can help you by my personal capacity, or maybe I can help you to find anyone to help you. So it's not very tough. The toughest part is that probably that last day I discussed about the design thinking. You have to find out that the idea that you are doing now, that idea is really needed, the feasibility, viability, you check it with your market condition or the market study, you find out, or follow the design thinking process. Design thinking can be followed by using your pen, your pencil, or maybe some tools are there. You just go ahead with that one. You build your idea, validate with the market, ask the question to the users who are really needed this. Just like you are telling that counseling is needed for the AI. So is it really needed at this moment? Let's say if you are in the north side of the India, probably you find out that North India, that how the people are looking for that counseling. So go for that, other students, probably your senior, your junior, outside your campus, you just find out that capacity, that exactly is it needed? Or probably you follow the design thinking process. You make one structure, and then you go for that AI. What kind of AI is needed for that? If you are making any app, and if you are not making any app, probably the different way you can think of how you can solve it. But my point is that 3 steps. First, you go for design thinking. Second, you talk with that any expert that how AI could be implemented if it is needed. And third, you go for any technology people who can help for other technologies.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Anybody else with any more questions, any ideas, any queries? So I think you will have to start on the next slide again.
Yeah. Okay.
You are really encouraged to interact. You should not be missing on such opportunities. Interaction brings out new ideas and brings out new anything. I mean, maybe you can get something from your interaction that you didn't think about. So even if you think it's a stupid question, there are no stupid questions. So maybe you should really come forward and start interacting. Okay.
Sure. Yeah, so let's start with that next part. I'm recalling that use case that we have discussed so far, that glaucoma use case. Now I'm thinking of that if I am the person, so what is exactly done so far? Design thinking process is done for our process. We know what is the problem, we know what is the innovation, we know what is the solution we are bringing here, and we know what is the technology that we have discussed. So these things are known. After that, I am looking into the TRL level, how it would be for this case. I will be starting from the very 1.1. You can think of that when you already undergone the design thinking process, probably few steps are already been covered. That's my point. So 1, 2, 3, probably first 3 steps, they are very much related to design thinking. So that would not be new to you. You know that something is already done. What is done? Let me check here. So a small data set you have to find out that exactly I am in that TRL1. So we have that very small data set to validate that exactly can we solve the problem, that feasibility or that feasibility study, whether that technology can we solve by technology. Now this case probably it is not very tough one. Let's say we know that for this glaucoma kind of problem, AI is helping. So this is something known. So probably that is not very much difficult for us, but something that you are making some type of ground breaking or very disruptive kind of innovation. If you are looking into, probably at that time you need to go for a very small data set study, that whether it is feasible or not. So that feasibility is with 1. Second point would be like making the prototype. What is the requirement? Probably the Vinith, he was asking the kind of question, probably he is already done with one. Probably this second question, second part would be important for him. That same kind of answer that I try to bring for him is that one. That exactly you think of that which kind of requirement. If you are already done with one, that you know how you can help other people or your own counseling, then you go for the second, what kind of technology or requirement you need to bring here. Right. Okay, 1 and 2, that is gone. Now we are going for that proof of concept part. Like when you are making the proof of concept, then that time it is very important that you find out that how your proof of concept is accurate. So that evaluation is needed here. So think of that when you are developing this product, that product probably you are not new. Probably you are not the only person here that you are making this product. Probably some of other startups are also working here. So where would be the USP or value addition? Think of from the canvas point of view, lean canvas, that value proposal. So what is that? So here it is very important, level 3, to understand the accuracy. Sometimes in different startup competitions or there, they will first find out this. What is the accuracy of AI model? I'm giving it a star here. So this point, probably if you are working with an AI tool, probably this accuracy is very important. We call it KPI, AI KPI. So this is something we always handle in our field. So this is needed. Next, 4, that laboratory environment. I'm talking of this when you are going this point, and probably you will be going to next demo point. So from here, your demoing would be started. Yeah, this 7. So from 3rd, 4, 5, 6, 7, you are preparing for your demo. When you are preparing for your demo, then you need to think of that different environment, especially for biotech, that lab is very important. Probably that is important here to consider. Like comparing with the real world screen tool, that exactly you are replacing one tool that is already there in the hospital or any medical setup. You are replacing it through AI. When you are replacing, then that time you need to evaluate, or you have to compare whether this is really acceptable. Those are already using it or not. So that is something that validation is needed here. Next, you are going for the demo. Here demo is kind of demo in the clinical demo. So here in the medical system, it is clinical trial and space environment. Space environment is just like better than trial. So with some real cases. And then you would be going for fully developed and testing point, that is commercially. So this point is commercial point, 8 and 9. So 7, 8 and 9, this is very very higher level, I can say. So for us at this moment, probably most important for you, at least I'm just pointing out for you, probably you just understand, no need to go to beyond this level 4. Yeah, so level 4. So I will be talking about 1 to 4. This TRL 1 to 4 would be very much important. So I'm just writing here TRL 1 to 4. Probably that would be good for you to go to get funding, or we call it financing. Both the cases probably you can think of the funding and financing. So these two things would be good for you by TRL readiness 1 to 4. Yeah. Any question? This is for our use case, that is AI-based glaucoma screening tool. Do you have anything in your mind? If you have, make a short note here. If you think that, okay, I have to talk a lot about this, write to your university person who can connect me. I would be happy to help you for any AI related this kind of product development. And you can discuss right now. I'm giving another, so I'm waiting for another 1-2 minutes just to find any hand raise, any question, and then I can address that one.
May I?
Yes, sure.
Yeah. So I just want to know that you are mentioning that from TRL 1 to TRL 4, that the stages are more important than so. How to check? Is there any self-check that we can go for that? Are we going in the right direction with this kind of thing, or how to assess the situation? That because from going 1 to 4 is, I think, it's a very big jump to go and then fail after 4. So how to self-check after this every level, because 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. I missed who has asked this question.
Anuj.
Okay, Anuj. Yeah, Anuj. Probably this is something very difficult for any corporate, even any startup. The answer is the easier way. When you are, so I already have told you that from 1 to 3, that I'm writing here, 1 to 3, probably this, at least 1 to 2, you are very much connected to your digital thinking. When you are doing this, you need to make one document. So you document the process. Next, for 3 and 4, you continue your documentation. And the document will help you to find out, along with document. So number 1, documentation. Second one, with the documentation, you just create your own improvement. Just like when you are making your own canvas, business canvas, the way you are judging or gauging that whether it is you are improving or not. What is the way? That is the KPI. One point is there in that particular canvas, that KPI. Here also I told you that for AI, you have the KPI. So you, by the process of 1 to 4, if it is AI related, then AI KPI will help you. If it is related to your own business with other technologies, you just find out the document, and along with that how you building your technology, what is the improvement it is coming. And that's why probably TRL will help you to find out 1 to 4, that scale. But that scale, exactly, it is very tough to find out whether you are improving or not. For that case, you need to discuss with your expert. So before discussing to your expert, you just take 2 steps. One, keep your documentation. My point was that. Keep your documentation. And second one, you just evaluate from any KPI point of view, whether that KPI would be your technological, let's say when you are doing any coding, software coding, then probably the bugs, how many bugs are there, the failure point, root test, or any kind of test, A/B test. You do those things. You find out that the test's result and you document it. So those 2 ways, testing and documentation, probably will help to ask the question to your expert. And the expert will help you to find out exactly how you are reaching to 1 to 4, or exactly you are in the right position or not.
Okay.
Did I answer your question or something?
Yeah. No,
okay.
It's okay. Thank you so much.
So if I may pitch in a bit for Anuj's question, because he was asking about the since this is a biological point of view, I can pitch in my limited ideas. So Anuj was asking, how do we know if it works, right? So sir told you about the documentation and testing and all things. So before reaching to TLR4, actually, for a biological research, I think it's very important steps of the TRL2 and the TRL3, where you get your technology conception formulated and you get the proof of concept. You see the third point in the TRL level 3, it says the performance of the tool is compared to the other glaucoma screening tools. That's where you get your proof of concept. You do your statistical analysis. You check the statistical relevance of your tool. You check the efficiency of your tool, whether it is working better than the existing tools or not. That's where you get if you have a good product or not. So the research part consists of the TRL 1 to 3. Sir, I don't know if I am very wrong or not, or I'm going on the right direction. So you actually get your proof of concept around the TRL 3. You check your models, you check the existing models, you do extensive research. And then you come to the TRL 4 when you can say that, okay, we are going somewhere nearing a market-ready product maybe, and then you can say that, okay, we do the validation in the laboratory environment. That's how you move forward with the biology-based product.
Exactly.
You have to be very sure, very attentive about the first 3 levels to get to the 4th level, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, right. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. So that's why I am asking, because it's good to fail early rather than going for.
Yes, yes. So you learn from your failures and mistakes in the first 2 levels itself. That's how you improve in the 3rd level, and that's how you go to the 4th level. There will be, it's not achieved in the first goal, actually.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And I'm just adding probably that the best things are already discussed. So always TRL and that design thinking, you just keep it allied, keep both the things allied. When digital thinking, you rightly told, failing early. So design thinking is just a way of understanding your failure or learning from your failure. So you fail very early, absolutely. If you fail many times during this 1 and 2, you can learn a lot, and that would be your feedback. When you are getting the feedback that this product is not giving that exact what I am looking into, so that will give you the scope of improvement. You improve, fail and improve, and then you slowly reach to 3 or 4. Absolutely. Madam was telling the right thing. If you reach point 4, probably this is the base of your product. If you reach properly this point, then that 4 to 7, when you would be going to funding process, then that would be very easier for you, and you'll be very much confident to get the fund. Okay. Any question before going forward?
Anybody else? See, if you discuss, you come up with interesting points. I think nobody wants to take the opportunity.
Okay. So we have, anytime you can raise your hand. I'm just moving forward the next step. Now, when I'm still at the TRL level and I have next 20 minutes time, before that, I'm just finishing off this TRL. Probably this would be the last step for TRL. Absolutely. So this TRL will precisely, it's giving you the readiness level. Again, Anuj and Vinith and probably Madam, whatever the discussion we did so far, we found that understanding the readiness is difficult. Especially it is difficult from different aspects, because when you are developing our product, that time probably this design readiness. So we have many parameters like design readiness, manufacturing readiness, integration readiness, human readiness. So human resource, operation, and different aspects are there. So all these aspects are important for us to reach from 1 to 7. I'm not considering at this moment 9. So 1 to 7 or 1 to 6. Well, both are good. So this is just like many aspects we need to look into. Now, design readiness, probably this design is not design thinking. So this design is the design of a product. So this product, how it is ready, like for our case, glaucoma, that app, probably the app image that we need to design well, that should be very much lucrative, very much attractive to any person. Okay, so this is the process we will be thinking to find the readiness, and probably that is very hard. Probably that Anuj, he has already asked the question: how could we make that understanding of the readiness? It's difficult, but the process is there. Probably that we have discussed. But now, what we are doing from this point to next point, that we would be thinking, instead of all these aspects, would be most important aspects from the technology point of view: manufacturing, integration. So we would be next discussing about that MRL and IRL. So these two things we will be going forward. Before going forward, probably another point I want to note here, probably that has been discussed. TRL is little bit difficult to monitor. Exactly, the question was raised already. It is difficult to monitor because it is more of qualitative. But MRL and IRL, little bit, it cannot be told quantitative, but it is more of qualitative. But we can make more procedural, and that is probably the need of making this TRL broken down into different parts. So when we are breaking down these parts, probably this time we can quantify in a better manner. Probably that is also a good answer to that last question asked by Anuj. Any point? Do I need to wait for any question, or should I go for next? Okay, let me start the model part. Just like TRL, there are 10 levels. No need to memorize or no need to know all the levels. Most important part is that this is related to manufacturing. And when it is coming to manufacturing is not like that you need iron and steel or something, you need heavy metals or any physical things. Manufacturing in sense, even for SaaS or any kind of software building case, if you are building with any coding kind, virtual kind of thing, then manufacturing comes into this picture, that how you are in a procedure, how you are building that particular product. So that hardcore process here, instead of manufacturing, we can alter it into that different manner. Just like for manufacturing, for coding, it could be of making the code base. So in your GitHub, probably you are making a GitHub repo. So there, how you are storing your code, how those codes are integrated, how those codes are being used by your developers. So those things probably coming into this picture. Again, easily, instead of going to 10 levels like TRL, the 5 steps are there. Here we have again 4 steps: concept, prototype, pre-production, and production. Just 4 steps, very easily we can understand. Concept and prototype from the TRL and digital thinking process, we can think of concept and prototype, both are very much related. We already know these things. And after prototype, we need to go for demo from the TRL and from our design thinking point of view. From that point and this point, the pre-production, when the demo result is good, then you are going for pre-production. Then that time the cost will be increasing. Suddenly cost will be increasing. Because you are going for pre-production. When your lab environment is already completed, when the lab environment completed, you are going for real cases, real environment. That time that should be validated before pre-production. And after that, when all the things are good, probably production. And production means from the TRL point of view, it is almost 7 to 9, better to say 7, 8, 9, better to say 8 and 9 from production point of view. So this is something, the 4 steps of the MRL, better to recall. Okay, now this is one question. After 10, okay, sorry. So this is again 1 to 10. We discussed that 4 levels, broad levels, high level, and here we have the 10 levels, the levels of all levels of MRL, and that's starting from the concept. And this will be very important from sustainability, optimization, continuous improvement, and closer point of view. So these things will be very much important. So at this moment for our discussion, or for this point, we would be mostly looking into 1 into 6. So from the TRL point of view, this is MRL. From MRL, it is 1 to 6. From TRL, we would be looking into 1 to 4. So this 1 to 6, when we are looking into, we are done. Now, here it is written the closure. Manufacturing process is closed. Very confusing term. So we done, let's say, I'm a little bit extending from our own context. That okay, this 1 to 6 is very important for us. We are going a little bit beyond that: sustainability, optimization, and continuous improvement. And after that, it's written closer. And when it is written closer, what is the meaning of that? The manufacturing process is no longer needed. What is that? Don't we need any manufacturing after 10? Any idea?
Sir,
Yeah.
So maybe we have manufactured the product and now we just need to maintain it and like expand on it, scale on it.
So, you were partly right. Yes. Now, exactly. I'm not taking much questions at this moment. Vinith, you were right. At this moment, we call it assembly line for the manufacturing. So I'm not going to that technical level. Probably you think of, you are making one this lab or particular think of your glaucoma, that app. So this point, that manufacturing is stopped, not needed. But think of next, that you told that one assembly line, one lab is already set for this. Now you go a little bit beyond that. Instead of not only glaucoma, probably other few cases of the patients that you already tested, you detected, that could be solved from another manufacturing process or another concept. So that second lab would be created, manufacturing would be created. So probably I can write down manufacturing 1 or assembly line 1. It has been stopped, but you can start with the A2 or assembly line 2 for that next level of particular product. So that is something very much visible in our case. Let's say Apple, they have Apple phone of series 12, next 14, they have 10. So those are almost similar, but different assembly line being used for them. A1, A2, and A3. So they have stopped. They are starting on the only maintaining and optimization, but they are going to improve by considering another assembly line, that is A2 and A3. Yeah, probably that was the answer, and you are partly right. And coming back to our own case, that is AI-based glaucoma screening. Here, it's written that a technology could be further improved. So how we can answer for our case, that technology could be further improved by using more advanced deep learning algorithm. So we used, just I told, here we used A1, that particular deep learning model, but we will try to build another model that would be used for A2. So that will serve both A1, so this patient, and probably another patient. Both the patients would be sufficient for this, and ultimate result would be we'll get more revenue. Probably we are investing another deep learning algorithm for deep learning algorithm, and you'll be getting more revenue by that approach. Yeah, probably more affordable point we can think of when we are going for both the cases, when we are giving better deep learning model instead of the cost X1 plus X2, both the features of the deep learning, we need to cost probably C1 and C2, and we are giving it not C1 plus C2, but less than that. The price could be of C3, which is less than C1 and C2. Probably that is something that usually the big companies, they are offering products like this. You get more features with a little bit more cost, but not actually the summing up all the features cost. Yeah, product based such as detecting other eyes diseases, like I told, discuss this point. Yeah, so this is 3 points probably for our use case. These 3 points we need to think of, that when MRL 10 is completed, then we can go for these 3 cases. Okay, now I'm going a little bit forward. I'm just speeding up the process. This is integration, and when we are thinking of the integration, just think of that for our case, how we are thinking it, that first, second, and third 3 points are there, that how we are addressing the IRL here. What is the integration here? The potential issues in the development process, just like one app is there. This is one app. That app is related to one processor, UI, storage. These are the subsystems or different interfaces. We can say interface, subsystems. Based on that, your use case we can think of. For our use case, we may have these 3 different subsystems. Then how this is integrated? Maybe your AI is good. This is important. Your AI is good, but your UI is not good at all. So is it integrated? AI is at the level of, let's say for TRL, it's in the 4th level. Your UI is at the 2nd level. Are they synced? Can you, yes, it's not, they are not synced. So that should be synced. So all the subsystems should be at the 4th level before going for market. Sometimes this is very difficult for startup. Probably this is the difficult part, because in your team, maybe that team is not competent for UI to get the level of 4. Then what to do? Probably that TRL can answer you. You get the resource allocation understanding from the TRL point of view that we have discussed. Probably that will help you to understand that how you can bring the resources in a chain. I'm just taking a 1 minute pause here. Just a minute. Yeah, we are already over. Okay, now I am not going much of this IRL. The concept of IRL you have understood. Now I am going for technology transfer. how the technology transfer is important for us at this moment. So what the things are done? Let's say TRL 1 to 9. TRL, you are at this level, TRL 9, MRL 8, 9, 10, probably MRL 8 or 9, and integration level, you are 7 to 9. So all these cases, you are good. You are done. Now what to do next? For this use case of our use case, sometimes we know that we need market approval. So all the things, clinical trial gone, you are ready to launch the product, and this moment, so all these things are done. This is done, the starting point done, development completed. Now you are going for approval. When you are going for approval, let's say FDA approval or something, the approval in India, we need that. That time we need to think of the technology transfer. There is so that should be known to different bodies, that what exactly done so far, what is the technology you are using, what kind of AI model you are using, so that those things to be needed to be audited. So those things to be audited, and that time you need to transfer your technology to the external or stakeholders, internal and external stakeholders. So that time transfer is important. That time transfer is important, and this transfer, it is written here. That is the important part, is the commercialization of new technology and help business grow and innovate. So when you are transferring your technology, that time the growth that we discussed so far, this was done so far. This is the scale grow. Now this is grown by TRL. By TRL 8, you have reached this point, and this is your growth. Now technology transfer will help you to grow faster. So this extra growth can be done through TT, technology transfer. What kind of transfers are there? Licensing, joint venture, merger acquisition, R&D agreements, training or learning process. You are helping others to know your product. Joint venture, you are handshaking with different broad companies, big companies. Licensing, kind of you are giving, let's say your app is will get 20% discount. Your app will be 20% discount when you will be purchasing any spec, any branded spec, let's say Lenskart, Tata. So those specs you are purchasing, you are giving 20% discount, and that licensing, that kind of joint venture you can take. Licensing, that your app could be licensed to be used by, let's say, Samsung or maybe any company or any mobile. They will load it at a very preloaded. So that kind of licensing process would be there. Okay, so this is the transfer process. Benefits, challenges, we can understand. Yeah, probably this is something I am just taking another 1 minute time. So this is something important, just a 1 minute time. I'm a little bit 5 minutes late. Okay, so this process, what we learned from the digital thinking, it is the research, first research, development, design, and production. This is the usual process by digital thinking. But in India or some of the other companies, other countries, developing countries, even few developed countries also, few products are started with production, and then we go for research, the reverse order. Even we can see in that biotech sector, even in aerospace segment. First, we start with the production with the help of any big company. some US companies. So we tie up the companies for the production, and then we go for the research, the reverse process. This is something written here. The reason is that first we start production, we get that feedback, and from the feedback we go for cost-effective manufacturing. So that process is something we can reduce the cost by feedback process. If we don't get the production, then we cannot get good feedback, and that feedback will help us for better research and better manufacturing or cost-effective manufacturing. Yep, that's all. I'm not taking much time. Let's open for next 2 minutes for any question.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Very enlightening and very interesting session. So, participants, what about you? Anything you would like to ask, share, take the opportunity, grab it? They understand everything, and we will have lots of entrepreneurs among us, so they don't have any questions. He is saying something in the chat, so you can actually unmute your mic and you can talk to Sir Vinit. It's not a problem. You want me to unmute you?
Thanks a lot, sir. It was very informative session. And the last point you discussed about like producing a drug and then checking its feasible effects. So we are actually doing that also with Sumedha ma'am and Gaurav sir. We are like checking in phytochemicals by a drug, which is basically like an Ayurvedic drug. We are checking it on rats, and we are identifying the molecule which is responsible for on diabetes, like controlling the inhibiting of target molecules in the diabetes. So we are actually doing that kind of thing too in our university.
Okay, so probably you are in the TRL, probably you can think of 3, 4 or something you can grade now. So that's good for you to grade.
Basic level.
Yeah, that's in fact good. And nice hearing that something groundbreaking or probably will help one day to get into the market.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Very insightful session.
Anybody else would like to interact with sir or have some questions? Want to know something more that sir maybe have missed?
Okay.
I think I saw Shankar sir but I think he left again. If no more questions, we will request her to bring this session to an end. So anybody, no more questions? Sir, I have your permission to end this session.
Thank you. And
no, we have to. So we would like to offer our gratitude very much. So that you have been really helpful for all the sessions, and I think your sessions are really helping. I don't understand, they're not interacting, but I'm sure they're learning a pretty great deal from it. So please, sir, accept our heartfelt gratitude and our thanks for taking so much time out of your time and supporting us in the TEDP and helping our participants and nurturing them towards entrepreneurship, inspiring them, forcing them to interact and talk about their work, and guiding them toward a new way of thinking. So thanks, sir. Thanks a lot. This is our humble token to you. Please accept.
It's my pleasure to have with you all. Thank you. And it's very.
So, all the students, participants, I would like to say that please make the most of your opportunities. You have lots of eminent persons here. That is why this session has been organized, not for just joining a session, online session, and not interacting. It will not help. The session is there to learn. All the speakers are trying to help you and make you know more about a domain that maybe you were I'm aware of, or maybe know very little of, and we have best experts from all the fields. So you are encouraged to participate actively, and you are encouraged to interact with all the speakers and make the most of their knowledge. So please do that. So we will see you everyone tomorrow. Don't forget to join the session on the time. Okay. And thank you everybody. Thank you, sir, once again.
I have a point to make. May
I think Anuj is speaking. Do you want to say something?
I?
Okay. You can talk.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible. Please.
Yeah. Actually, it's so informative to learn these things. Actually, the main you can say the point is that because as a biology students, it's really new things to learn, just like AI and all this. So that's why I can say we are not that much aware of these kind of technologies, because we are just away from their computer science, and also it's so wonderful to learn these kind of things. And because these are the new technologies and the technology persons know it better. So thank you so much. Thank you
Yes,
so much for
Anuj, actually,
interacting us.
AI is like the next step of biology. One of the biggest application of AI is actually in the biological fields. And that is what I was trying to say, that you have experts from all the fields. That is how you should make the best of it. It's good that you're interacting. That's why you got a chance to say this. AI finds most of its application actually in biological process. All the biological images, biological signals. So AI has a very, very big application in biology, and next time you should not say that I'm just a student from basic science or biological sciences. So you will have to find out how it can help your study or help you in the coming days, because AI has a huge role to play in biology.
Sorry, but what I mean to say is that it's not a 1 day or 2 day process to learn all these kind of things.
No, I am not. You don't have to be sorry. I am saying that this is what happens when we talk. This is an example to all the other participants, because Anuj raised this point. I got to say something. I think somebody else can contribute something. This is how discussions go, and we learn something new. So I'm actually thanking you, Anuj, for bringing up this point that we got to discuss on it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you were right. I was listening that you were right. Absolutely. So what you do in your career, you try to build network with the AI people. Even for me, I have no background of biotech. Probably if those people are in my network as biotechnologists, probably I will take their help, their expert suggestion. For you also, you just learn AI, but you also take the suggestion from the AI experts. So that is the world works with, that we are not expert in all the fields, but we try to make networking with the others, that how in a critical situation, how they can help in our product development. So this is the new, not new world, but it's the exact way we think of, and you also start that way. We are all doing that same way. Yeah, probably this is the point for Anuj and all, that those are not good in AI, probably no problem at all, but you can make the network to get the lesson from them.
Not necessary that you have to code for AI. At least you should know that you can use AI. Then you can find the right person who can code.
Yeah,
that is also necessary.
There is another problem. Okay, sorry, I could not join on time today. So back-to-back meeting.
You are here now. It's our pleasure.
Back-to-back meeting. So I was a little bit of technology transfer advance. I was listening. Now one the queries of that. Yesterday I was going through one paper I shared with Partha already, that one person in Amazon working for 20 years in data science, he found that AI is not suitable to understand data science and to give predictive data science. Now the biggest challenge is trustable AI. What Partha is always say, we are writing a research paper also on that. So that is a very big part in biotechnology and others also. If the basics are not clear, the model you develop through AI,
it will not be
be a
sustainable
failure.
actually.
It will be a failure model. algorithm will come better. But if you don't know the texture of blood vessels, how can you predict blood-related, hematology-related disease?
Exactly. I agree with sir completely. So you don't know how a red blood cell looks like, but you are making an algorithm to detect the number of red blood cells. So you will never have a good result. You first have to know what a red blood cell looks like, right? So you need your knowledge also.
Yeah, in case of the plasma therapy also, if you don't know the ins and outs of the plasma or that, what madam has told. So I don't think that AI won't work. The basic fundas, your fundamental things in biotechnology or whatever field you work, it's required. Then you make a successful model. That AI can work. Otherwise, it is going to be disaster in terms of accident, in terms of predictions will not right. If predictions will not right, things will be jeopardized.
Yes, because sir, it's actually a prediction model. We are giving it data. So if we are not giving it the correct data set, it will not perform accurately, right?
Exactly.
We are training it with the given data set as much as we can. So if the person giving the data set has no knowledge of what data set is being provided, so the end results will not be the same as we want.
Yes.
True. Right. Okay. So
okay.
Probably
So
I have
with all
to
your
say goodbye
permission,
to all.
we will end today's session. It was so nice to discuss with you people and have all the participants here. So yeah, we will end today's session here, and I expect all to see everybody again tomorrow. So if anybody has any doubt, they can reach out to me or Gaurav sir or directly to Partha sir also. Or if you don't have his contact yet, you can reach out to Gaurav sir and he will definitely help you in connecting with Partha sir. So all the best. Have a nice day and see you all tomorrow. And I encourage all of you to be more interactive tomorrow.
Good day. Bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye.